know if it's
turns
so
people
much
into
the
fools.
Broccolini, but it's just that whole
Hey, listen,
concept
MJ,
of
let me tell you something.
Jesus,
Yeah?
our follower,
First
pastor.
hand, yeah. Do you know how much people and stories I've heard of people from Jamaica being bumped by people from the church? Like cleaned, fucking taking life savings, taking
Yeah,
out all sorts of, and these are supposed to be people you're looking to for guidance in your life, or for reassurance, or for strength to get you through certain things. And all they do is use you and abuse you, brother, and leave you in a fucked up, a worse place than when you tried to fucking go to them in the first place. Bun all of that. Yeah, Jamaica's run rampant with church every fucking 2 minutes down the road. What state is Jamaica in? That's that way, man. And again, I'm not this again. Once again, because I know Zulu's gonna start saying, brother, like I hear you. Get me, do your thing respectfully, but bro,
you mean man, Zulu's getting a cut out of all that?
You know he is, man.
Obviously, you know what? Like, look, if people want to be into Christianity, the Bible, God, all of that, fine. Do you know what I mean? We all have our own level of beliefs and faith, etc., etc. But it's when you use it to your advantage to fucking abuse people and take advantage of people that are in vulnerable positions. You know what I mean? And all for what? For a bit of fucking comedy and entertainment, because that's what it looks like to me. Man's just making money off a bit of comedy and entertainment.
Yeah, no, I ask them. I definitely hear what you're saying. Still, that's the people, yeah. But when it's all these people that are supposed to be representations or for lack of a better word, employees of get me, the Lord or whatever it is, they always seem to be trying to do some shit to fuck people over one way or another. Like, when is it actually going to benefit the people that are supposed to be benefit or help them, as opposed to just doing some fucking?
Yeah, because you know, like these women, they be giving their life savings to the flipping pastor. They be, you know, if they inherit something, it's probably given to the pastor. Like he's in all their business. He knows their financial state. He knows what they're going to inherit. Like he's obviously getting something from them.
Yeah, even the other day, that pastor that got robbed in Brooklyn. I don't know if people saw the video, but if you haven't, go check it out. I saw a video after it, and the guy was basically saying, like, good, keep robbing them. Yeah, he said, don't kill him, but keep robbing them. Yeah, because they rob the people week in, week fucking out. Yeah. So again, and it's not all pastors, that's not all churches. Like, you get me, you have to make that clear. But it's a very rampant problem, isn't it? Very rampant. So we're not gonna act like it don't exist, bro.
Mad.
You get me? And as well, and especially as well back in Africa and that, like the sort of practices they be trying to portray or use in the name of God as well. Brother, like, are you touching fucking women underneath, talking about the Lord? Like, what are you doing?
I think the things that we've seen today, though, these are extreme examples of what's going on. But there is, as you were saying today, it's very rampant, because a lot of people think it's just something that was happening, but it's happening right in front of our faces every day. Like there's big conventions and stuff that these guys are doing all over the place where thousands of people attend, and it might just be all like glory and hallelujah and all of that. It may not be what we're seeing today, but there's definitely, I think this is becoming like a bigger problem, but people are doing it in the style of a business to kind of, you know, just cover it up and make a bit of change.
Dough, man. Make some dough on this thing, man.
100%.
What do, man? Make some money.
This rate, we may as well do our own shit.
Yeah, it definitely does happen in all communities, isn't it? But again, this might just be what certain people are privy to. I definitely hear it more from certain ones than others, isn't it? I'm not going to say that and Amman ain't probably embezzled the mosque or whatever. You get me? Probably has happened, innit? But I don't hear that as frequent as I hear Christian.
I don't think there's as much faith healing in Islam. That in Christianity there seems to be a lot of faith healing, and I think it's the healing part where they get the money off the people, especially like the ones in need, like, oh, my daughter's blind or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They were like, oh, let's have a whip round, everyone donate sort of thing. I think that they're using the healing part of it, and I think Christianity is a lot based on that. Seems to be a lot of healing going on. So like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's more in Christianity. But that's just because of the nature of the religion, like the way how it is. It's like it's based on like people putting hands on you and healing you and all this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up everyone, man. Whatever religion you are, man. Whatever gets you through hard times, man. You get me? Shout you lot out, man.
Come on, man.
Not my thing personally, but big up everyone.
Yeah, man. Come on.
A side note quickly. Has anyone seen this little 6-second Skittles advert that might have popped up on people's YouTube? I caught it.
No, but I've seen the KFC advert with the N-word in it.
Disgusted at what I saw.
KFC advert with the N-word in it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Nah.
Have you not seen it?
Mm-mm.
You know the tune Ante Up?
Yeah.
Ante Up. Cap that fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the KFC advert. And then there's the one bit when he goes, I ain't gonna say the word obviously, but he goes, like just shouts it like, and that's that at the end of the advert. And I was like, wow, they could have just cut that bit out, but nah, KFC had to have it in there.
I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen this KFC advert, and I'd actually like to see.
I recognise the tune though, and I definitely have seen it on the KFC advert, but I don't think I clocked.
Yeah.
What's the Skittles one about, Salini?
Well, let's see what Auntie got to say still.
Can we watch
the
that
bleach first? Drink the bleach first, and then you drop. You drink the bleach first, rather than telling these people who you know they perish due to the lack of knowledge. They don't know. So they go to these churches and they follow you, and yet you have these people in your church drinking bleach. I hope that the authorities lock this pastor up. He needs to be made an example. He needs to be made an example. And you know what is surprising about these two families? Of the dead, 2 of them were nurses and 4 were teachers. You tell me no. 2 of them were nurses and 4 were teachers. And this pastor managed to lure these so-called professionals who you would think that would know better. And they lured them into drinking this harmful chemical that you know that it's going to rip up your inside and it's going to take your life. You tell me no. And we see this right across the African diaspora. Family, we see it everywhere we go, that you see our people. We see the same thing, the same tomfoolery and the same fakery and the same pastors who are leading these people astray. I don't know how they are going to answer. I don't know what they're going to say, because these people, they are really something else. And not until the authorities intervene, if they care, and lock these pastors up, we're not going to see a change. In February, we already saw Alf Lukau out there in South Africa who claimed to resurrect a young man who was already dead, he claimed, when he arrived at his church. He changed his story 360 degrees. That case is still going on in the courts there in South Africa. Not to mention that that young man, Brighton Moyo, he called on death unto himself by participating into this darkness. It has been reported that he's now dead. That's what the news reports are saying.
Wait, the guy in the coffin actually died in the end?
I'm going to leave this video right here, because we are living in the information age. People can find the information. Whatever it is that you need to know, it is available at your fingertips. Read between the lines, family. A lot of truths have been coming forward. Read between the lines and open up your eyes. Stop looking on the surface alone. You need to look beneath. With that said, I'm going to leave with a few videos here, and I want you to look at the state that our people are in, and look at what these so-called pastors, these so-called men of God are doing to their congregants. I leave you to carry on with this discussion in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you think that something has to be done to these pastors who are leading their congregants astray. Also, do you think that the state is going to intervene? The fact that lives are being taken. I look forward to hearing from you. This will be an upful read. With that said, I leave you, family, with love, light, and upful energies. Continue to educate yourselves. Remember, education is edu-liberation. And remember again, family, it's only you who can do it. I can only come here and bring the information, but it's for you to dissect it. It's for you to read between the lines, and it's for you to maintain an upful perspective. Until my next video, that's all I have to say. Rel and Pursuda, blessed love.
My sheep will hear me from my voice. My sheep will hear me. All my sheep come. My sheep come. All my sheep come. Be a sheep. Be a sheep. All my sheep.
He saw Zulu third row from the back.
My sheep come. Sheep are coming. All my sheep. All my sheep look in the overflow. My sheep. All my sheep come. All my sheep come. For footage. Be quiet. Okay, stand up. Stand up and be quiet. Stand up and be quiet. Stand up and be quiet. Don't move. Just stand up. Stand up. Don't move. Don't move. Be still. We are one.
Looks like they're playing musical statues.
Stand up. Be quiet. Be still.
What is that music though? Some 1970s porn music.
Only you would know that.
Well, I'm old enough.
Be still. Be still. Oh, you come to me. Come! 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 On count! Down. 1, 2, 3. Stand up without making noise. Stand up. Stand up. Don't make noise. Just stand up. Just stand up. Stand up and be still. Come together and be still. Down.
Big up
in my business, I test you. In my career, I test you. In my family, where are you? Out! 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 Cover them out! In Jesus' name.
Say it,
What do you mean by that?
say it, I'm a destroyer.
Look
I'm a destroyer. I'm a bush dog.
Move like a bush dog.
Su espíritu de
Fuck
perro.
that. Pushed up. Mad. Mad.
Hey, that sounds like a squealing fucking pug.
Espíritu de perro, este hombre. Está
Colin.
saliendo en el nombre de Jesucristo.
What the fuck is going on?
Es un espíritu
Bring back G-Block. Bring back G-Block now.
Young man is manifesting like a bush dog right now. The evil spirit within him has been exposed
Mad.
during the time of mass prayer. He's moving like a dog right now.
Estamos viendo a este hombre moverse como perro, pues es un espíritu de perro
How many powers do you
salvaje.
have?
11.
Fuck off with these white guys. What's going on? What's going on?
Listen, you just see a white man now. Don't start blaming white people.
Nah, man's all walking him down, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bad enough when black people are doing it, but
I
when
knew
the
that
white
to be
guys got the
some of the
microphone,
I knew that.
when the white guys got the microphone, it just swings a little bit different, you know, the way there. I was just like, bruv, not really.
I've never
not
seen
really
white
feeling
people do this. Allow it.
What?
We exempt from this.
No, you ain't exempt from nothing ever
We
in the world.
exempt from this.
Ever.
You started this.
Everything fucked up that's ever been done, you lot done it first.
Nah, bro. Not only did that, you can't claim all the good shit and leave all the bad stuff to us.
This is the stuff that came on the ship Jesus.
Yeah, man. But real talk. If I ever see this done and he's doing this, I'm doing one of two things. I'm either gonna run for my fucking life, cuz, or I'm gonna fucking beat the shit.
Mackie, you've been to Catholic mass. You know how dead it is. We ain't seeing this entertainment. Like you can't even breathe too loud when you go to Catholic mass. Come on.
Until there's an exorcism. But anyway.
Nah, there's no chances being took, bruv. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, man, biting at your ankles and that. Allow it. Yeah. Pit. Oh no, don't do it. Oh fuck's sake.
Down Grover. Stop it, boy.
Look at the worn out. What are those? How are you gonna do that with one of those? No.
I'm hoping that's his own shoe.
Better be. Yeah, it is. I think.
Things in it. Have to fit his legs.
What? Who's this leg?
Why do you make him to eat his shoe? I want to destroy him. Destroy him.
Oh shit.
Oh no, this was the weird bit. What, like? Well, it's all fucking weird, but this is just extra. This is nature boyish. I don't care what anyone says. This is nature boyish kind of mentality. Like, I will wash you under my feet.
Brother, come on, man. You need to get me.
That's someone's mum. That is someone's mum right there.
Like, even if it's not you personally, for the sake of like Christianity, like you need to. You know what I mean?
The L. The L, man.
You know, it's like obviously it's that right now. If he can explain it, which I know he can't, then yeah, fair enough. In it, you get me. It'll be nice to hear from Zulu still.
Yeah, man. We're not blaming you for this.
Because I think the bigger question as well is like, how do you put a stop to these people? Do you know what I mean?
You don't.
Other than slapping every person that's in that fucking audience.
Okay, we're fasting, but they're going to eat.
What can you do?
The fulfillment from above.
Look, man. Food from above.
Wake up!
Wake up, man.
Stand up! Stand up! Upright. Attention. Close your mouth. Okay, I see food outside. Look at that. Look at that food. Be quiet. Be quiet. Okay, go and eat. Go and eat. Go eat outside.
This is
go quickly.
So successful, fam.
Yeah.
Eat quickly.
They can run these games in Africa, fam. Man, come over to
this is when I'm just done with humanity. Like, this isn't, and Zulu, we know this is nothing to do with you or Christianity. Like, this is just fucked up people that
eat quickly. Today, no time. No time. You eat quickly.
Eat quickly. Today, no time.
Limited time today.
Man.
This is just
like the grass is gonna run somewhere.
This is
South Africa, though.
These are fucking dirt birds. That's what they are.
Mad.
But this is the maddest thing.
Is that a mass hypnosis though? There, like what?
No, that's just how they live their life. If you try to tell them that what they're doing is wrong, bro, like they're not gonna really want to listen to you. And again, they'll probably look at how you live your life or how we live our life and be like, "You're the one that's fucked up." You get me?
It's true. It's true.
Everyone's got their own little ideas.
I don't know. Running out to eat grass because the pastor.
I don't think this is a way of living or a cultural thing. I think this is just like when they're in this little cult. Do you know what I mean? Like, I might be, I don't know, they get to their teens.
Yeah, it's a cult. It's definitely a cult.
You know, they get
extremism. And obviously, it's Creflo Dollar. These men are trying to make money. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
and they got different techniques. Once they realize they can move people, like lie down on the floor, stand up, then
That shaving the fanny was mad. And I'm roaring and shouting while he's shaving the fanny. Like, he's screaming and shouting like.
No, the worst one I think was the resurrection. That was the resurrection.
Bro, it's all fucked up. A whole lot of it's fucked up.
What are we doing here?
See, let me just leave it. Let me leave it. So.
And the amount of people at that.
Shout out Zulu, wherever you are.
Yeah, and then someone said there it would never happen in Nigeria.
But it happens everywhere. Everywhere. It happens in Jamaica, happens in Africa, any country where there's
Christianity. We're not saying not the brainwashing, we're saying the drinking of extremists like eating grass. You're not getting that in Jamaica.
How do you know there's not a little house down the road in the mountains somewhere where you've got
let me tell you something.
They do other stuff.
It might be a little.
No. I hear that. Sorry, MJ. This is Jamaican. Sorry, can you just? Thank you.
Yeah. And what? I'm fucking in on this guy. I have to represent.
No, fucking but they be doing some crazy shit in Jamaica, man, in the name of the Lord, bro. You get me? Maybe not exactly eating grass, but it's other fucking crazy little ideals they got.
Going in the spirit.
Well, the bishop who tried to get me to do judge was from Jamaica. So.
Going in the spirit and shaking up and down.
So you want to reprimand and throw us underneath the bus? Fuck off, man.
Fuck you. What was you saying, Snaps?
I said this going in the spirit thing and all of that is universal. You get it?
What do you mean?
That's what people might be mixing up. You know what I mean? Like, you see them jumping up and down, getting in the spirit, getting in the mood.
All
over the place.
Ain't that to do with speaking in tongues and all that?
Right. That's normal.
Born again Christians.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Methodist, whatever.
Do you remember when the woman was doing that speaker's corner? That was so funny when she started speaking
what you're
in
not
tongues.
what you're not gonna do, I'm telling you, you're not gonna do. Some countries, you heard the Jamaican woman, and she said, yeah, if it's a drinking bleach thing, you drink it first. And I'm saying in my country, that's the mentality. They're religious, over religious.
But in America, they got that one where they get the poisonous snakes and they make it bite the people.
I can understand why it's like that in South Africa.
It's like Russian roulette. They're playing Russian roulette with their own lives to prove that they got faith.
No, man, because of apartheid. You got to understand. They're coming out of apartheid. They've just been freed. They've just accepted rainbow. What else are you going to accept? Yeah, what's already there? The religion and the Creflo Dollar guys who come in and say, yes, in the name of Jesus, these false prophets or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Calling themselves prophets, remember? They ain't even calling themselves pastor no more.
But here legally, what's the responsibility on them? Like if they say to you, let this snake bite you, the poisonous snake, or they say to you, drink this bleach, but you're willingly doing it like an idiot, are they legally responsible?
No, it's about faith, remember. They're testing your faith. They're saying, like, if you have faith in God, nothing will harm you, innit? Like, nothing harms him because...
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, the guy who told you to do it and you done it, right? Is he legally responsible? Like, is it like he done you something?
That depends wherever you sign a disclaimer beforehand and the legalities of the country you do it in.
When people die, it is what it is. Then court cases run. You know what I mean? And some of these men are still allowed to preach on bail because they, you know what I mean? They're still running church. They're still calling people mermaids, but yet you got court case about resurrecting a man who's now dead. That is
crazy,
isn't it? It's crazy.
And I swear, didn't they say something about court case earlier on? The fact that it kept being postponed, even due to the fact that at one point the solicitor had left his glasses at home or something like that. So basically, it sounds like it's being drawn out. People are playing the system, isn't it?
Do we know how that young fella died?
Because now these preachers have got power.
Oh, the one who they supposedly resurrected. No, we don't know how he actually died. Messed up though. You want to mess with death? Then, bro.
Big up Brother Kill. Where's Brother Kill? Jump
He's
on, man.
Chat.
Jump on, my G.
Chatty.
Man, I see you. Funny. Yeah. What channel you on, man? We on the original one, man. Get me. Your one's burning. Just to bring people over, man. man. I just put it on to bring people over, man. This way we doing it. This is where we doing it. Let me see if I can find Cal. Offer him some. Okay, it's another thing. Yeah. But jump on, my D. Come on, man. So the thing's set on.
I see all the ladies slowly disappearing as per usual. Just leave me by my ones.
I know. It's the dopamine, man. The dopamine levels. I mean, they gotta get the dopamine. Yeah, jump on, Kelman. What they didn't put the link? I swear, man, put the link in the chat.
I put the link in the chat a minute ago,
but
I don't think it's pinned.
Yeah.
Where's the session these days?
It's in the other chat. That's why.
Down the what you call it? Really for the garbage. Down the landfill.
Down the dump.
All right, Unique, I hear you. You've done your little part-time 1 day a week shift. I know. I'll let you off. What's good, Dubs?
Fuck all, MJ. Fuck all.
Your plans on track for September?
Yeah.
Good.
28th September out here. For 6 weeks.
Okay, so you got a while still.
Yeah. 6 weeks, and then I'll go back over, I'd say, after Christmas.
Shaggy, can we have a quiz? Been asking Shani for a quiz since yesterday.
I'm back. Well, go on.
Nothing. Everyone's doing quiet time. Nobody wants to jump on. Shani don't want to do a quiz.
Shook.
They just want to type in the chat.
Really?
Type in the chat.
Ready.
No, Shani, I am not the quiz master. I was your stand-in. I was your locum. I'd done my time. You need to retake your crown now, sis. Lee.
Your dots are dead, Mary. You know that, right?
My what's dead?
Your dots, man. Come on. Hey, big up, Brother Kale.
Well, stop disappearing then, Axum.
Big up, family.
Big up General Snipe TV. Easy Brother Snipe. Back, lock and loaded.
That's
the right honourable Kale. Welcome to the panel.
I appreciate the introduction. Big up Brother Snipe. Brother Snipe, you're back on. You're locked and loaded now, yeah?
Yeah. That's why I put that other one on, because I thought, there might be one or two people, and I'm looking for Kale. I can't see you in the chat like I saw you in the other one, so I thought, okay, we've been here all day. Do you get what I'm saying on this one? You know, because
thank you, Unique. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But make sure you subscribe to this one, yeah.
Yeah, I already have it up. That's how I just come in. I came in and I looked, and I thought, yeah, man, Snipes has got the channel. I'll come and see.
Yeah, this is the original one.
Yeah. So.
Not very good, is it? What we saw on there.
I know, bro. All day. If you rewind it, and bruv, it's peak.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? It's peak, man.
Yeah,
we saw all sorts. Man raising man from the dead, doing all sorts of fuckery. But I did say, yeah, all that man they would say is that's why man don't mess with religion. You know what I'm saying? That's all I would say. I would say them man they would say, Kale would say, yeah, that's why we're saying allow the religion thing. if we're going to do whatever we're going to do.
I hear that. But Kay, why do you think so many people are being fooled by this? Like, why do you think 27 were actually 40 odd people put complete logic and common sense to one side and decided to drink bleach because their pastor told them to? Like, why are people falling for this? This is what I'm trying to understand.
In the autobiography of Napoleon Bonaparte, who was a white supremacist, he makes it perfectly clear that religion is a way where you can rob from the poor and make them infatuated with heaven so they don't kill you to make you go to hell. And religion is so powerful that you can make a person do anything and make them believe if you don't listen to me or if you don't follow what I'm saying, you are going to hell. These are dopamine strategies that the brain wants to survive. So I'm not surprised that that would happen. Not just in Africa, though. It's also in Europe and the Middle East. You have these imams and you have these soothsayers, etc. And they do exactly the same thing, you know, mutilating women's private parts, the little girls, rituals, you know. So as it pertains to us as a people, due to what's happened, we are very religiously mature. And I've always said the God strategy is a very deep strategy. What we always, you know, natural disasters. I know that they've created certain types of weather machines to make us believe that, you know, it's the creator. I'm not saying the creator doesn't have control of everything, but certain things that they're doing, tampering, all these hurricanes and etc. And when you've got that in your mind and, oh, the creator's going to bring back things what she did in the past and destroy people, you can definitely trick people into a certain way and getting money out of them and their lands and, you know, abducting them.
Just by putting fear into them, the fear of God, the fear of the wrath of God.
Yeah, man.
People need to wake up for real.
Well, that's what I said. It's a church. As I said, this is a different type of church, different type of pastor, because you could end up with one of those. You know what I'm saying? Making you eat grass, making you drink petrol, raising fake people from the dead. But look at the size of the auditorium. Look how many people there. Look at all the big flat screens. Look at the extra cameras. Look at the gold mic that man's got. Yeah, this is actors and acting and all sorts. And you get me? Men are trying to make money out here. Some people's hopes and dreams. You get what I'm saying? Of faith.
But Matthew, they're claiming to be prophets. Prophets,
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
Yeah, and we know about prophets. No one can just come over here and be claiming prophethood from nowhere.
You're saying that from... Sorry, go on, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, these are not readers. These are believers. This is what we talk about: blind following, or people just
they don't read the scriptures. I see that.
And they're dangerous. Those people are dangerous. One, they can be used, manipulated, and you know, and fight with passion, not with common sense, not with the actual text. Well, if the text don't say it, then why are you doing this? Right, that would be the right thing to do, right? But no, because the preacher steers away from the book. It's more about what he's saying, isn't it? It's more about what he's saying. Oh, look, this girl's a mermaid. And I know this because her father is this and and he was a spiritualist and and all of this type of shit. Right?
We're also saying this from a kind of privileged standpoint. What I mean when I say that is that you've grown up in a place in a society where you know that's some bullshit. You know what I'm trying to say? Certain people, they don't really have that insight. Like
no, I understand that
level of information.
I really do understand that because I feel sorry for my people, seeing this, but they're easily manipulated and brainwashed by some idiots like demons. I call them demons, all of them, pastors, prophets, so-called prophets.
A lot of them are there. A lot of them work with.
They're working for the demons, man. They're demons.
They help them create. What's the word? I don't say magic, but as in deceive people.
Illusion,
they're doing illusions and juju shit.
They're fully involved. They can. That's how they get away with it.
This is church judge.
They show
Because
you
when,
the judge. Someone
when
thinks it's a miracle. He's got a whole congregation now.
listen, my mom one time when she was in Nigeria, she said, "Listen, I went to a church, and they said someone's doing judge on you." And I thought to myself, how does the church know about
No,
judge?
exactly.
Like who's doing what, right? And they said, "Don't worry, we'll send it back sevenfold." Do you get
We'll
me?
pray for you.
That sounds like
How
more
are they
judge.
going to do that?
So they're gonna
Yeah.
use judge to get rid of the judge.
Right, that's
Yeah.
counter judge, right? Counter
Yes,
judge.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm saying, no, man, that sounds a bit odd. This doesn't all sound right. You know what I'm saying? The one acknowledging the existence of the other is what weird enough, right? But probably true, yeah. But the other thing is like, whoa, like, how do you do counter spells again? Oh, we get candles and we do, and then the father will pray for you
It's a trap.
and
It's a trap.
do. But they are different. Remember that these ones are wearing white. These ones have got staffs, like like.
Is it Reggie's congregation that you were talking about?
Hmm?
Is it
No
Reggie's
one ain't wearing a
congregation?
Yeah,
suit.
well, but Michael, in the
They
Caribbean,
put a
they
name.
use
They put a name for it, wasn't
saints.
it?
Yeah, we got
They
cherubim and
use Christian
seraphim. We got
saints.
Celestial Church of Christ,
That's it.
Christ
That's it. That's it.
Apostolic. So many different ones, man.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, but they're remixing
No
the
one,
Christianity
not
though.
one. No, but their leaders
Yeah.
are like past. Like time ago, the founder of the church has passed and blah blah blah, and they just keep
Okay.
their traditions based on the Bible. They don't play with the Bible. Remember, Africans do everything 110%.
Yep. Yep.
By the letter of the Bible. So these people are not doing it by the letter of the Bible because they're not reading. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you can be poor or not, it still means you still must have comprehension, right?
No, that was Wednesday,
That's
MJ.
not how it works, because as I said, the preacher's not encouraging anyone to read the book. He's not quoting any verse. What he's trying to do is Creflo Dollar. He's like, yeah, he's drawing on the spirit, your emotion.
They're eloquent
You know what I mean?
speakers, isn't it? They just talk
Remember
nice.
the music. There's a PA that's working with him.
Mhm.
Hey, preacher, hey, there's someone, and they said they need you in the car park.
Mhm.
You get me? Stir up emotion. And then the band's playing, and they sing, "Hey, my Jesus, hey, my Jesus." Hey, listen, it's like a movie. Because remember,
Yeah,
some people who weren't there who's going to get
exactly.
to watch it who's going to say
Yeah.
to the people who were there, "Did you see it? It was real. Yes, it was real. I saw it with my own eyes on the TV screen."
Mhm.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's mad. They saw the empty
Yeah,
coffin
the
get
waking
brought
up the
in.
dead part was mad
Right.
with all the
The guy
cameras and
was
stuff.
walking into the church like a zombie in white with the
Mhm.
gloves on, like he just came out the coffin. Mad.
One thing I'll
Yeah.
definitely say, yeah, which is universal and undeniable. Anywhere you find this
Brass
form,
eating.
anywhere you find this form of Christianity, yeah,
Mhm.
aka the one that was given to man, yeah,
Yeah.
you find these weird things follow.
Yeah.
Whether it's this continent, that continent, the one over there, it doesn't really matter, bro. There's always some sort of occultist behavior to an extent.
Mhm.
You get me? I ain't trying
Mhm.
to diss no one, but it's I find
Oh,
that
you
fun.
didn't see the one with the white who went to heaven?
No,
Mad.
but no,
There's people
no.
what
And then the
walking on
other
wheelchairs. They've got
the
all
Who
other
went to
sorts.
man
hell?
who went to hell 23 what? 23 minutes.
23 minutes he was down in hell.
And
Mad.
he
Jesus
came back.
used to him. Yeah?
Yeah.
But
So it was even.
That
It was
is the
I'd
even.
hell
biggest
no
load
more.
of
Everyone got
bullshit
it.
I've ever heard in my life when
Everyone
that
got
guy
it,
was
Why
man.
speaking.
23 though? I
And then
don't
there was the
believe that.
Asian demon gal talking crap. The Asian demon gal crap, like, yeah, I've come here and I'm
I'm
going
so
to
crazy.
kill you. And my man was just slapping her, bonksing her in the head. Yeah, you're gonna kill me. Yeah, you're gonna kill me. I don't know if he's Trini or something, but there's a lot of kinky people in the room. That's all
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that
saying.
was fucked.
It's
Now
just the
anyone can get
idolization of man. Some people idolize famous people. You see them dying when they see Michael Jackson or fainting and shit. Some people do it to popes. Some people do it to imams. It's just you end up
listen,
idolizing the person talking rather than
everywhere
actually
in
listening to the
Africa
words.
and
That's all
Middle
it is.
East especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they be doing spiritual escusta and all sorts. Like
Nah.
that washing
Nah.
machine. You know
Excuse
that
me,
washing
sir.
machine
Sir.
one.
don't even
Like
try it now.
Sir.
Don't even try it.
Who's the Nusi mode? Like spin, full
Listen.
spin. Yeah, break
I
your
don't
own
know,
neck.
man. But there is weird. There's all sorts of people. There's saint worship. People be dashing money in saint's grave back home.
No, man, I watched one where
That's true.
Well, legend, yeah. You're a Muslim,
Yeah.
bruv. Talking about this saint if they're gonna dash money there. What are you doing?
there's one where the preacher is talking to the guy, and the guy's got all the judge in front of him. And he said, "What's this one for?" And he's like, "Yeah, this one, I use it for healing. And what's this one for? I use it for this." And then he had a little pot, and he opened the pot, calabash, and it had money in it. And he was like, he had to keep putting money. I was mad. It was mad. Yeah. You can't tell what's true from what's fake, but a lot of it is fake.
I think once you start reading and studying, a lot of people move away.
Yeah.
Because my dad, when when he became Muslim or whatever, the brothers who brought him into Islam were Sufis, and they were quite extreme when he started. Like, they had just weird certain things that they used to do. But once he started reading for himself and actually reading the text and trying to understand the text, he started to move away from a lot of their cultural practices, I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They genuinely didn't mean any harm. It's just that's what they were raised with. So they
a lot of these things are not fixed.
Do you know what I mean?
Because of the idea of
worship and weirdo stuff.
Yeah, because the idea of no sect in reality, right?
They still do it though, Sarah.
Yeah, they still do it, but
because I heard some stories from our family. Yeah.
Yeah. In Wello, there's whole shrines. There's whole shrines.
Shrines.
Throw money on the
places
shrines.
they go to every year.
They do pilgrimages. I'm like, nah, I'm involved. Yeah. Like they won't do pilgrimage. I didn't know go there when people die to ask for things. Just like, no, you don't need to do all of that.
Bro, there's Shriners. All right, Shriners might be Muslims, but Shriners are also Muslims who worship the grave.
Yeah.
And put shrines at the graves of some of our prophets and stuff. They're the ones who put them there. They're like, oh shit. So like you just have to lower your gaze when you go there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're not trying to engage in that. We respect the prophet or whoever, you know what I mean? And yeah, we here just to pay our respects. We ain't trying to.
Yeah, it's easy. You can like cross that line.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a tricky one. Even in Islam, like it's like, yeah, was acceptable is acceptable to some and not acceptable for others, and
whatever you do, make sure you've researched yourself. That's what I always tell people. Whatever you believe in, whatever it is, that's for you, bro. Because you're going in your grave on your own.
But
you better have opened that book and read that verse or read that text.
Whatever faith you go into, there is a dark side, and that is facts. Yeah, whatever faith you go into, there is a dark side.
Yeah, that's facts.
And this is what keeps us on the right path or righteous, because you know what's on the other side. If you live in those environments, it's different, right? You tend to know more. So if you lived in Arabia, it's like, yeah, man, this bit, there's jinns over there, there's things over there. They said the jinn came down last week, blah, blah, blah. Look you dead in your eye. And wallahi, like, this is long time folktale. Well, you don't know? Oh, because you don't live here. You just come as visit us, cousin. Don't worry. We'll tell you. Don't go.
I believe there's some truth in every story, yeah?
Don't go down that creek and round that alley. Yeah, don't go down there. Yeah? If there's giants in some parts, Phoenicians and all sorts, and Philistines and all of that. Yeah, just enjoy it. Yeah, Petra and all of that. They're saying that route.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah,
Marco, they've been talking about this Petra thing and the giants and the demons over there. Yeah.
I saw that. And there's that hole in the desert that they're saying is like a thing akin to hell or something.
Yeah, don't you talk about like in Palestine about the thing?
Yeah, there's all sorts of
the sunken place, like the hole
all over the region. Remember, there's monuments out there that don't make sense, half smashed. You get me? It looks like a rock face on one side, and then the other side, it's got some pretty building type stuff carved out of it. Like, yeah, just in the middle of the desert. Like, bro, we have to know that region is deep. It's got bare history, bare judge.
Yeah, bare history and bare judge. You said it.
Bare idol worship and all of that. Yeah. 360 idols outside the Kaaba. Yeah. How about 360 idols all over the region? All over the landscape. Mad. So yeah, I think with everything, we know that there's a dark side. There's a dark side to Islam. There's a dark side to Christianity, Judaism. You know what I mean? With Kabbalah and all of these type of things. Everything has its dark side. But what these guys are doing, no. That is just to make money. And these men are demons. These
Exactly.
men are prophets.
Have
Yeah,
you
man.
parked in front of your mum's car again?
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
Uncle Kel, man. Baba Kel. Oh, that's family talk. But yeah, man. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely makes me want to stay as far away from religion as I have done for the past however many years. So I'm good.
Yeah, that was just my example there. Like, some weeks we do different religions and all of that, but this week I just felt like, whoa. I saw one video and I thought, oh yeah, I remember this whole series of videos, and I just went for the mama one, the grass one, the thing one, the petrol one. Oh, it's still there on YouTube, man. Thing. You know what I mean?
No, the petrol thing. No, it tastes like pineapple juice.
This is
Pineapple
years,
juice. No, it
years
was like, what?
Mm.
Still tastes better than sandwich cake.
Oh, fuck's sake.
What did you?
Oh,
I just
shit, don't have that hefty.
I didn't even hear
How
it.
about
You know,
you?
I'm deaf in one ear, you know, so that's why I always keep saying, what were you saying?
Lie.
Really?
No, I'm not lying. Yeah, really.
Lie. Sorry?
Like what? Fully deaf or partially?
Kinda, really.
Or like Killer K and that. No, man.
Huh?
What? Like certain man's mum and that, man.
I know, man.
What did you say about sandwich cake, man? What the fuck?
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
What fuck?
If you didn't get it, then you missed it.
I think
Yeah,
you have
man.
bad Wi-Fi. that's
Rewind the stream, man.
Oh,
Big up, Shree.
Why are you laughing, Stapsdilla? Jump on instead. Min bror.
It's me, Cherie, Emzalini. That's who it is. In case you're wondering.
Bad guy,
Yeah, jump on Zilla, man. More go on.
Yeah, we're on the other channel, guys. You get me? We're on the other
It
channel.
took me a while to find you still, even though you posted it in the chat.
I know. For fuck's sake. Racism.
Mary.
Maddie.
Axum.
Yeah, you're almost there, Mary. Almost. Axum.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
That's the sound of the woman throwing you under the bus. Under the bus.
What are you saying, Hefty?
Nothing much. We've been cool today, haven't we?
Don't let
I'm
the fake.
throwing you under the bus, eh?
All right, Snipes, did you show Kel that video?
What? Which one?
One with the woman in the shop.
Oh, the woman in
Zellini, what was this Skittles advert you was talking about?
Oh, yeah. Basically, they got some Pride fucking Skittles advert, yeah? And I think, basically, like, the 6-second part of, like, YouTube cut up, like, one advert and they'll make, like, small adverts out of it. You get me?
Yeah.
There's, like, a 7-second clip and it was, like, Black lesbian power, yeah? And it had some black woman with an afro, bro, there, and a big fucking... let me find it, bro. It had a big banner behind her saying Black lesbian, fam.
Oh, shit. Have the MD!
The Cash App, PayPal, all that good stuff, people. Yeah. You know what I was going to say for the previous conversation? You know what? I feel like it's a spiritual Stockholm syndrome. You see what I'm saying? The essence of these people's spirits have been captured. Not the ruh, but the spirit of them. Kapat?
I hear you, sis.
Yeah.
Not the ruh, but what?
The spirit of the ruh. Like, the spirit. Like, you know, like, there's a separation between the soul and the spirit. There's a separation. Zelene, what are you doing? I'm going to murder you. I'm going to murder you, Zelene.
Ruh. I mean, she means spirit, yeah.
The soul and the spirit. No, like how I would differentiate the soul and the spirit is to say that the spirit, the soul is the physical manifestation of the spirit. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like the consciousness is, the body is the physical manifestation of the consciousness. Does that make sense? Like one is the control system of the other. And what you find is, at least in my opinion, when you see a lot of them people when they do mass suicide because they're past or the spiritual leaders told them, you all must do X, Y, Z. A lot of them is because the essence of their spirit has been captured, and it's a Stockholm syndrome. So now, do you see what I'm saying? So it's harder to detach, and it's easier to maintain blinded in them kind of situations, because ultimately they go after those who have suffered the most. Do you see what I'm saying?
So, sis, do you think that this could be related to what we were talking about yesterday in terms of being passed down through genetics? Like you're saying Stockholm syndrome, but obviously, let's say these are ancestors of people who've been like colonized or oppressed. Then do you think that maybe that sort of thing has been handed down genetically, where they just kind of conform?
You know what? I feel I would say for the ones that break away from those systems, do you see what I'm saying? Where they've been told that they must end their life because of this, but they themselves are able to see clearly that actually this is not correct. There's something wrong here. You know, that inner knowing. Like Zillian says, the unknown knowns. Do you see what I'm saying? I would say those ones, they have been handed down that kind of rebellious nature. Do you see what I'm saying? So to fight against that which would try to overtake your natural inclinations towards actually following the Most High correctly. Do you see what I'm saying? Which doesn't consist of you taking your own life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's sad. I don't know what the answer is, like, for these people to just wake up and see what's going in and have the flipping common sense knocked back into them.
No, but sometimes, you know, it's easy to say to have the common sense knocked into you, but then you have to look at the surroundings of these people, the education of the people, do you see what I'm saying?
I fully get you, sis, because the thing is, like, obviously we don't know the other circumstances, and that may be the only thing giving them some flipping hope or enjoyment in life. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what else they do or don't have going on outside of that, because we're only seeing that. So I hear that and I appreciate that.
You know, and sometimes it can even be a simple fact of poverty. It's not even that they believe in what's being told, but the place where they're being told these things is a place that's going to give them 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day. Or, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, because even the Prophet ﷺ said if he could make anything a sin, it would be poverty, because from poverty, that's like a portal for you to cross certain boundaries. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you're in a survival mindset. And from you're in a survival mindset, certain moral compasses goes off key. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in terms of your own life. You see
But
what I mean? Yeah.
you know what? The thing is, we have to remember that these people are making money. So it could be that a percentage of his audience or his parishioners, whatever he wants to call them, are living in poverty or something like that. But there's got to be a large percentage of them that are able to contribute something, because otherwise, how is man making money in it?
Yeah, like MJ, you say that, yeah, but let's just say, for example, he's got 1,000, whatever you call them, flock, whatever, that come to his church here weekly, yeah?
Parishioner.
Yeah, parishioners, sorry. Let's say that each of them just gives a little 5.
Yeah. I know. I was saying this earlier on.
Well, MJ and what Kel was saying is right. It is always the poor anyway that contribute the most.
Rich people don't contribute to this stuff. Rich people don't have time for these things.
And also you would find that the poor would give much more than what the rich person has. Would give.
They'll give their last penny.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
MJ, they give their
it's
last
like,
penny because
Dubs, you know, back home where they do that stupid envelope collection every week. What do they call it?
Yeah.
The I can't remember what the name is for it.
Parish, the rounds.
The parish collection thing. My fucking grandma, my nanny still does that. Every flipping Tuesday, they come knock on the house and she gives them a little envelope with coins or a little voucher or some shit in there. And I'm like, this woman still does it to this day.
You get me? It's all a hustle. It's all a hustle. Now, yeah, I understand. Like, for instance, if you're donating to a church and the church has to keep up maintenance, repairs, it's got cost in it. You get me? It's not going to run itself. It's a big building. I get that.
Yeah, we hear
but
that.
At the same time, it becomes a point where you've got your money, you've got your get backs for your payouts, and now you're just milking it and taking people's money. That's the problem that I have.
But that's not for all of them. So
obviously,
yeah.
like we're talking about select, innit? But I'm simply saying that even the whole donation thing, I don't see why somebody should have to donate every week to if they go to church. Like I've never understood that. You've never understood that. Now, like I said,
you're never forced. You're never forced to though. That's the thing.
No, but it's not.
No,
it's
you're
not,
not forced
in the
to.
American
Yeah.
churches,
All right. MD.
That's something different.
I've been to churches before, and I've seen people like when they put the offering thing, like kind of swipe it like past them or whatever, and the looks that people give people. Like the way people try to shun people, like it's like, hold on a second. I don't know.
Nah, the one that got me was when I went to one place with my friend, and they was fully giving me a form to fill out with my bank details.
Credit card details and
to pay to pay the TIF every month. Like what? Like, bro, I'm just here to visit. Like, see you later. I'm never coming back here.
You know what? It might just be a difference with the type of churches, because like
that was Seventh-day
You all know
Adventist.
my family are Coptic Orthodox.
Yeah.
Christians. So I've never experienced anything like that in the churches when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Where you had to give payment. You had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, there's no have to in it. Like it is all by choice.
Or even taking bank details. It's not even. You know what I'm saying?
No,
from
is your family Orthodox Catholic?
From the congregation would even cook his 3 meals a day. Do you see what I'm saying? There's always many hands make light work. So I don't know. It might be just the denominations of Christianity. Churches. It might.
It's definitely not all Christians. We put that out there from the get go. You get me? But it seems to be whether they're highlighted more or they just push to the forefront. Who knows, innit? But it seems like the way it looks, there's a lot of churches that have that same sort of mantra. It's like it's a hustle, it's an institution, it's a business, as opposed to somewhere to get your mind right, to look to the Lord, to find Savior for whatever reason you're going there for. You get me? And that's across the board with a Pastor Toby, Creflo Dollar, fucking the guy that Snipe showed in Africa. Like you get me? Like it's a rife problem across Christianity, I find, and other religions.
So this is what I was going to ask though. In when you guys go to mosque, MD, do you have to like? Is there any sort of like money contribution?
There's a box, and you can put money in the box, but you're not forced to put money in the box. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that being the same as like
everyone has to give a certain contribution. I think it's like 2.5% or some kind. I don't know the exact percentage, but they will always give the calculations at the masjid for you. You see what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Okay, so there is some.
But that's.
So they'll let you know how much.
Huh? No, that's.
They'll let you know how much to give.
But essentially, it's the same thing.
No.
It's a contribution of some kind.
I didn't have to break. They will help you how to break down the calculation because it's a certain percentage. You see what I'm saying?
What a certain percentage of your income.
And everyone's percentage would be different depending on the person.
And you know the way Muslims have to give a certain percentage of their wage away to charity and stuff. Would that go straight to the mosque, or is that up to you what kind of charity you do?
Sadaqah you can give
or
to whoever
is that
you
a
choose.
thing?
No, Sadaqah
Oh,
you
is
can
it?
give
Yeah.
to whoever you choose. Yeah. It's not like you have to, from my knowledge anyway. You see what I'm saying?
I think transparency is just the key with a lot of this. Yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't really mind if they knew their money was going.
Yeah, well, what was going on with it?
And also, as well, you have to remember a lot of the places they need they're paying rent. Sometimes in order to not be fluctuated, whereas you have to be moved from one place to another place because of the rent's gone up or this. A lot of the buildings will be purchased, and if the community every week or every day they come to Salah, it adds and
we fully get that, but this is the thing though. If you're not telling anybody that, and we see you pulling up in a Bentley, bro, like the mind is gonna cast aspersions, isn't it? Even though you should. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Collecting to fix the roof for 10 years, but in those 10 years, you've managed to get new designer suits and a Bentley and, pastors living nice and all that, then obviously, we're going to side-eye you. But we feel like, of course, there's got to be maintenance, upkeep. Because this is what I was going to say. If you guys are not making contributions, then I was going to ask, then obviously, how are they maintaining or buying or leasing these buildings? So obviously, there is some kind of contributions. And I imagine there might be like larger donations from people that have bigger incomes and that. So it's more or less the same sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? That you're not being.
I think the big difference.
The big
difference between Ireland and England is that the state funded our church for as long as the state was going. So since the 20s up until very recently. So they have huge amounts of land, and they're the biggest landlords in the country.
In the country,
and then that went all back to that went all back to Rome anyway. So that's how they fund themselves over here, because no one's going to the church anymore. Because well, everyone knows why.
Well, there's a few of the old biddies that still go to flipping midnight mass and that, but I hear you. And the travellers.
Yeah, but it'd be Christmas mass and like fucking funerals and weddings, and it wouldn't be every Sunday the way it used to be, MJ. Now there would be the odd, the odd straggler,
the odd person or family or something.
It wouldn't be like the way it used to be.
Yeah, I remember like up in Fingers it used to be packed out, and that's a big church up there. So like there used to be literally hundreds,
and that'd be
thousands,
Saturday,
maybe.
Sunday, and then they'd be doing 2 o'clock mass, 3 o'clock mass, 6 o'clock mass.
Yeah.
The late night mass. None of that goes on anymore.
Matt.
What's this video about, Maku?
This is sniper filming at Speaker's Corner, man. It's an interesting one though. Yeah, we're in full crew, full attendance.
It's early days, is it?
Yeah. We're not even.
Beefy.
Gang days.
Super Savage Monkey Beast. I don't want to hear it, bro.
No, listen to what you see, even you've got the same problem. I'm a Shia, so I just saw a Shia pro-black. No, listen to what I'm saying.
Why does it sound muffled?
No, this is what I keep saying to you. This is what I'm saying. What I call anti-black, the reason I use the term
Is it you or is it cutting out?
I think that's you, sis.
But it's a thing, man. Let me just speak. What I'm saying to you, bro. The term Shia was used so that people will have an understanding of the angle. I'm not using the term to define what I'm upon. If me and you are having a discussion and you were interested or not, I call it the Islam of the Quran. So, for instance, if she is...
You call it the Islam of the Quran.
What I'm saying is because I use the Quran as a criteria. That's the difference. In other words, I don't go to some Shia sheikh...
Move the something off your face, man.
No, that's Esau, man. That's how he rolls.
That's his thing, yeah. That's his thing.
I use my natural black intellectual sciences, and I come up with what is coming out.
Oh, this is the
Esau. He's always fixing it over his nose.
I'm ashamed. You're saying Sunni's not pro-black. I'm saying he's saying Sunnis are anti-black. But I know some real general Sunnis man that are Sunnis, and you can't say nothing anti-black around and they'll slap man in the face. Any Arab air come talk to them a certain way about the blackness, they will slap them straight. They'll slap the black off of them.
Like my man that was fighting, yeah. My man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man, I'm not having it. So what I'm saying is, yeah, man can't act like just this Sunni word means that man is. So that means that someone's anti-black. Same way with the Shia thing. Man can't say just because someone's Shia, then they ain't got the same. Listen. I'm saying that someone being Shia doesn't mean that they don't have the same mentalities that you're talking about that are within Sunni.
Ideology. So forget the person. I'm talking about the science of the Quran. In other words, when I'm looking at the two,
you're talking about your interpretation, bro.
No, but if it's my interpretation, but why can't one study in Sunni refute me? Not one. Hold on.
This nigga was born refuting.
This is what I'm saying.
You're taking it.
I can prove. Prove I'm not my mom.
I know. This is what I'm saying to you.
If the Sunnis were their main scholars, in the Quran is described as an enemy of Allah. How does that work? Did you hear what I just said?
No, that's semantics. Yeah.
Semantics. Listen to what how is it semantics?
If we go into the depth of it, it's gonna go many different ways. The way you're putting it right now is one side of the story. I'm guaranteeing you, if I do the research on that, just like all of the hadiths where there's things.
I said the Quran, not hadith.
No, what I'm saying is no matter what, when you do the research on when someone makes a claim, there's always two points, and then you have to make your own choice.
Right.
I've had to make a choice. So if whether Abu Bakr was right or whether
that's hadith.
We all make Quran. That's history. That's history.
I'm talking about if somebody look, the verse is very clear.
All right. Break down exactly what you mean.
Okay. Very clear cut.
My man's
okay?
start
moving there. The Quran says in Sunnism, they say Aisha is one of the major scholars in Islam. That's what the Sunnis claim. Allah says in the Quran, if you two come out supporting each other against him, who? The Prophet. They know that defending him, the Prophet, is Allah, Gabriel, the righteous believers, and furthermore the angels. So tell me now, how the hell have you got on one side Aisha and Hafsa against the Prophet, and then Allah is backing him?
This is one. We have to slow down. Let's slow down.
That crowd.
You're being deceiving, because you're saying that. Yeah, you're saying that
Surrounded,
went against the Prophet. Now we know for a fact they didn't go against the Prophet. Yeah, they went against.
Whoa! What you doing there, bro? Yo! What's going on? Yo! Hey! Whoa! You there?
I got shook too. Man. Rucksack joke. This is how we call it. Terrorist joke. Terrorist. He's cracking.
Man drew for the back quick. Whoa.
Whoa. Fall back. Have several seats. You good?
We don't cheat. Allow it.
You good, cuz?
That's a terrible.
Imam Ali was right.
Yeah. You're gonna get a proper example of anti-Dawa today, bro. Like, please, right? What you trying to explain, bro? Yeah.
I've heard it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got.
Hold on. Everyone, one point.
Yeah. He's got.
One point. He went to her. Okay. She gave him money to go. So both, a woman, they get jealous. Okay, no worries. I'll keep it.
Hey, he said he has proof, so let him fight.
No. Listen, I don't need to go. I know about this book without opening it. I'll answer you.
Jada's trying to bite someone.
So you want to debate me on it?
No, I'll just explain it to the brother and I'll come out of it because I know.
You want to debate me? You don't know nothing.
Yeah, no problem.
Sit down.
I know my language. I know my Arabic. I speak Arabic. You don't have. You see, listen. The story of it. No, but then he made a claim. That's it. He made a claim.
Not touch me, boy.
I'll read it in Arabic to you.
All right, let's hear this.
سورة التحريم نعم.
سورة التحريم نعم. If you two wives of the Prophet, in brackets, Aisha and Hafsa, turn in repentance to Allah, in brackets, it will be better for you. Your hearts are indeed so inclined, in brackets, to oppose what the Prophet likes. But if you two help one another against him, that's Prophet Muhammad, then verily Allah is his Mawla, his Lord, Master and Protector, and Gabriel, and the righteous among the believers, and furthermore the angels are his help.
Continue.
Wait. This is the verse of it. Excuse me.
I'm still not convinced. I can tell you the story and I'll tell you how it ends. You don't mind if you don't mind.
And before you finish here, this is exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, where he just made a claim, and my man is ready like a.
I said this debate. He said no.
To show us the other side, and this is what I'm talking about.
There's always another side.
Yeah.
Then you can make a.
And my main thing about people being insincere, is me, fam. Even when the truth goes against me, I try to tell stories as balanced as possible. You understand? I try to tell both sides of the story. The problem I see a lot is people try to tell one side of the story because they're on that side.
I was a Sunni, bro, so you're wrong.
No, but fam, that's even more why you're going to tell one side of the story because you're in here saying that everyone's a Sunni side.
I said I was a Sunni. Meaning I used to believe what he believed until I studied.
There's man that used to be Shias and live in.
And what did they say? Christian. Brother.
Shut up, man. So you have this. You have this.
All I need is 3 minutes.
Look at bot there. Big yourself up, family. Man, like deep, you know.
Yeah, this is a lot of noise.
Listen, this is another thing, yeah. Like, I know real Muslims, innit? I never met Islam in this park. I never met Islam in this park, yeah. And one of the main things I've learned from the real Muslims I've come across, yeah, is manners. Yeah, manners, respect, fucking humility, all of these things that we don't see in this park a lot. You understand? So this ain't even just to you, Isa. This is to everyone in the business like that. If you're saying when they come to you with garbage, how do you behave? If you're saying Islam, when they disrespect you, how do you behave? Fam, let me tell you just now, yeah. There's been so many people that spoke to you just now, and they haven't been disrespectful. Bro. I said, when people disrespect you, how you behave? My name's respect. No one can't. My name's respect. No one can't disrespect me. But what I'm saying is, I don't try to disrespect people. You understand? My thing is a reactional response. No. My thing is a reactional response, yeah, to them. Do you understand? When I was here debating, fam, but you're saying them, it's two blankets. Because all the individuals here, everyone here is different. My brother here, that's my brother, yeah? My brother spoke respectfully the whole time, bro. The whole time we've been having this conversation. He said, listen to him. He said, you think I spoke to him before? I'm saying, you're not getting it. Fam, I don't. Every city you've spoken to before. What are you talking about? You're not talking about.
Shit.
I know about what he said. He made a claim that to make it clear to everybody what's the same. Basically, what he's trying to prove is
you see?
That he's trying to prove that Aisha is not a scholar. So he came up with evidence from the Quran and said that it's a claim. This brother, he won't listen. So basically, he's trying to prove Aisha was not a scholar because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, you know, there was an incident when the Prophet ﷺ went and had honey in Solomon's house, okay? So when they came, you know, Aisha and Hafsa, it's women, at the end of the day, they're human, you know, we don't have. So when they went back, they say, let's say to the Prophet ﷺ, okay, he smelled honey. So Prophet ﷺ, he used to kind of care of how he conducted himself and cleanliness and everything. So he decided to go and eat honey. So when Allah
my young brother Raf, boy.
What he said, and what he always says.
Stop them in the house.
That's the voodoo chicks, isn't it?
No, there's no negative.
Are you doing voodoo?
Good question. Let's stick to the original conversation, yeah? Let's get into it. Solomon, allow it, man. Solomon, allow it. We'll come back. Solomon, we'll come back to that. Let's stick to the original conversation, yeah?
I call it when meeting a terrorist goes wrong.
It's the original conversation, yeah? And that's, you know, to prove this guy, he's always, you know.
Where's your boss, man? Where's Mr. Chowdhury, man? What's going on, man?
Why don't you let me talk? I asked for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All I want is 2 minutes. 2 minutes. What's wrong with it?
Yeah, this is just a bunch of shouting at this point. What's actually going on?
No, I've never.
It always becomes about egos rather than the actual topic, innit?
Right, it gets switched on. They all get switched on in the end.
When you offset a Sunni Savage monkey, yeah? So anyone who's Sunni, your offset is disrespectful. The way you start your conversation is disrespectful. So what I'm saying is, if you start your conversation like
Raven's rolling the camera now. No, sorry.
To be anything but a
hair fade too. The hair fade game.
Talking about on another day. Yeah, all right. No, I'm saying in general what you just said. I'm saying you're talking about how man has spoke to on another day. No, I can't. No, listen. I can't judge. Yeah, your conversation. No, that's what I'm talking about. Let me finish talking, bro. What's wrong with you? Because you got it wrong. No, bro, I haven't got anything wrong. I know exactly what I'm saying. If I finish my sentence, then you'll know what I'm saying as well. But if I don't, you're not gonna know you're wrong.
I said I know you're wrong, but go ahead. You see. the thing with Issa, yeah, he can argue for England. Yeah, I said he refute his mum. As soon as he came out of the womb, he was like, "I refute you. I don't think you're my mum. I'll debate you on it." Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with him? You know, he'll debate anything aggressively as well. Sunni savage monkey beast. It's like, bro, every Sunni is not. Yeah, some people gonna take offense, and it's just like we're trying to tell him to calm down, but it's like he's not hearing.
This, you're saying they spoke to you on another day, yeah? None of us here are privy to those conversations, yeah? So when you have a new conversation, this is a new conversation. I can only judge from this conversation as a man who's calling himself a Muslim. You understand? And like I said, the main thing about Muslims is more manners, patience, humbleness. These are the main principles of
Straight.
But for me, personally,
Come on. Which one are you?
For me,
Stop it.
self-defense is when someone infiltrates my physical barrier. You understand? These lot here did not disrespect you in any way, shape, or form. Right here, right now, in front of everyone. Everyone's a witness to that. Yeah. But yet, you called one a coon. You tell man shut up. So you started. How are these not meant to engage respectfully with you after you started like that? Alright, doesn't make sense.
First point, I was going to correct you on what you got wrong. When I've said Sunni savage monkey beast, this is 4 types of Sunnis. You've got normal Sunnis, which are just normal Sunnis and whatever they're doing.
Bro, man don't care, bro. Man don't even care, bro. Man don't care, bro, man. Get on the t-shirt, bro. Get on the t-shirt. Do a tune.
The point is that
man thinks man cares, man don't care. All man saying is,
man was going to break down the board.
Man don't care, bro.
Because you said it refers to all of them. It doesn't. That's the first point. And it's not true that I begin all conversations.
You couldn't say
it's not true.
If you say black, yeah, then boom, now we're all involved in it. Every single one of us is involved. Every black person is involved in it.
Right.
If you say Sunni,
So who am I saying it to?
Everyone who
If I say coon, that's all black people. Is it? If I say coon, then it's all of them.
Yeah, but any black man would be offended if a white man used the word coon.
We're talking about a black person.
Alright, but if you read that the word's offensive, isn't it? That man's telling you, man's already
I'm saying it's specific. I'm saying, all right.
Man hears you, bro. It's like Sarah's argument the other day about repeating words that are already offensive to other people, bro.
What I'm saying to you is very simply this. When you are doing this judgment, you're saying that I say this at the beginning of a conversation. That's not true at all.
At the beginning of this conversation, you're telling man shut up and you're calling man coon.
No, you said in general.
And all white man said was, I'm a Sunni, and I don't...
I see you getting your camera on and that.
Shut up!
Yeah, that was cold.
I said I'm a Sunni and I'm a Abyssinian and African. I don't say what you said.
Boom.
And you call me cool because I believe I'm a Sunni. I'm a different sect to you. Yeah, and it was about a different topic. And I left you because he continued to swear.
No, I left you. It's on video, bro. Don't lie.
Yeah, go on.
Don't lie.
Play the
I
video.
left you.
Play the video. Look at this guy. He's not serious. He's not serious. I left him because he kept swearing. He kept swearing. He kept swearing. And basically, I said, play the video. You know, when I left him, I said, you know what? I can't speak to you because you're swearing. Because you keep, I don't know. You called me different names. You know, I don't know why. You told me shut up. For me, it's a disrespect. You call someone shut up. For me, I'll never say to my children that. I couldn't engage with him. I said, you know what? I'm leaving you.
Sarah, it's a battle of the egos.
I know. Especially Issa's.
Man's calling you she a savage monkey.
She a savage monkey beastery.
She a savage monkey.
It was me. She a savage monkey. Hey, classic. And everyone cracking up. Pissed. He's pissed. Yeah, she a savage monkey beast.
Matty, how about you stick around and you can get on the panel? You decided to jump off.
Oh, that
Can't be scary with the name Matty.
I thought you was a troll or something. Because the name was different from the profile. I'm not really taking no chances. Sorry, mate. You know what I mean? If you can get back on with one profile, I'll let you on. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the only reason you didn't get on. I thought you saw someone else. Oh, true.
No, Kappa dog is saying that. So that's one thing.
What's monkeys and dogs? What's wrong with monkeys and dogs? What's exactly how many monkey like humans are there?
Right,
What's
you know?
the category of?
Is it chimp? Is it chimp? Is it gorilla? Is it?
There's categories
What is it?
of the monkey.
Is it colobus?
Christians can be there.
Yeah. Super savage, colobus, monkey beast. Like, yeah. Choose your monkeys correctly, fam. Don't disrespect monkeys. Let's choose your monkeys correctly. Super savage. What?
Oh my God.
And when they did interact, they was not interacting disrespectfully to you, even though, if I was a Sunni, I might
realize everything he talks about is Sunni savage monkey beast.
I feel like the man are showing a lot of patience right now.
What did you say? First thing over there, what was the first thing you said? Behind me, what was the first thing you said right now? When you were behind me over there,
Yeah, these lot said, "Oh, man, don't know what he's talking about. This man's
What did you
confused
say?
and kind of things there."
Just tell us what you said.
I don't remember.
I'm saying it's disrespectful. What did you say?
What did I say?
He asked the question. Behind you, he asked the question, and then you told him, "Shut up."
When I'm saying you're being disrespectful to my man, I can break down that my man said he's a Sunni, Abyssinian, Eritrean, and I can break down the thing that you said was disrespectful was shut up and clean. I'm not saying you were disrespectful. I'm not saying that you were disrespectful to him, just blanket. I'm telling you exactly what you said.
This is an Abyssinian, yeah, my thing.
Just for the sake of everyone, can you come with the proof and the evidence and say what they said that was disrespectful rather than saying it was disrespectful? Then everyone can make a judgment and whether it was disrespectful.
Straight.
I'm trying to listen. Hold on. To 5-6 different insults from here, and you. The fact is, I recognized you. Wait, I'm saying whatever the insult was. Do you agree with an insult of some sort? Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not an insult. Anyway, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Anyway, look. This thing is just about saying, right, you know what? You might want to revise your technique or your style of chatting. I said this in different ways, but you don't have to. And if a man disrespects you, then by all means disrespect, man, innit? But we know that. Huh?
What about a group?
If a group disrespects you, so you spoke to every Sunni in the world, and they all disrespect you.
So what I'm saying to you is, when
Big up Brumtown. Come on, Ski.
and in Islam in general, yes, there is a thing of enjoying the good of
We need to change the subject.
Yeah, man.
When you have these particular people
Come on.
having groups and pockets of Sunnis around here saying you can't, you should be killed, blah, blah, blah. If the rest do not shut that down, you know they're supporters of it. That's my point. So how many times have I had conversations? You don't know what you're talking about, man. You're lying, man. Interrupting. And I'm saying, I just choose not to talk to them. I'm saying
still, but whatever, man.
You understand? So I'm saying to you, after a while,
Yeah, I agree with past tense jets.
All of you lot are doing what
I know,
call
man.
reverse dawah.
Wow.
You lot are the
Putting man off. Putting man off.
You lot are the reverse dawah team. You're not making man want to be Shia, not making man want to be Sunni. People are run as far away from religion as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that yes, you know, because you've been cool. So I can't say that. But in general, this how, bruv, I swear to God, bruv, man's not a Muslim. I'm not looking to be a Muslim. I'm not interested.
Sounds
you should
like
be.
No.
You should be in your actions as a Muslim. You should be given your actions and behavior should be dawah, bro. Dawah should be dawah. Yeah, you should be given 24-hour dawah, bro. What are you talking about? Your movement should make you say, "Right, what do you believe in?"
Hey, Unks, remember when it's quick, when it's saying the words you're using, that's it, you know. We're not attacking you, remember that. I'm making everyone else know that. We're not attacking you.
Because I'm an ambassador on my way of life, yeah. It means that I've got to try.
Remember, we're not attacking you, you know.
The best aspect of that. You understand, fam? So what I'm saying is, if if I'm here saying, yeah, man saying Rasta at every minute, fuck you, Sunni service. Man can't respect my Rasta against me because I ain't got no patience, I ain't got no humbleness, I ain't got none of these things.
That's true. I told you this already.
That's true, man.
You're making the young man come teach you, fam.
I can't lie though.
Listen. Remember, Allah is the most beneficent and the most merciful. You understand? So what I'm saying is, from that's the most beneficent and merciful, these qualities of mercy, that has to be seen in someone who genuinely believes in these things that they're talking about. You say I say ban Babylon, but Babylon means confusion. So what I'm banning is confusion. When we say Naya Bingi, it says death, the sound of Naya Bingi is the order that I follow. You understand? It means sound death to all black and white oppressors with no apology. So what it's doing is it's highlighting that the oppressor
is the main thing. White, black, whatever you are.
No problem.
Yeah.
You hear that, Kel? You hear that, Kel? That was a bar. Fire upon black and white oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Where people talk about white supremacy, I'm really like, bro, but at the top, it's all colors. Them man, they're in league with each other, man. Like, bro, don't be fooled, man. It's not one-sided. That's unsynchronized, man.
Yeah, but brother, that was an unsynchronized comment. That you see, brother, if we're gonna debate this, that's very unsynchronized, brother. That confuses black people from who has the power and who doesn't. We all know, brother, African people, we're great people. We civilize and pass our knowledge, but we don't have any power, brother. So the fact that we're going to say a black oppression and white oppression, brother, that confuses us as a people because there's only one power and non-African people do not share power with African people. So that's facts.
That is mad. So yeah. What I'm saying is, black and white oppressor. Yeah. I just wanted that clear. Yeah, he's making that clear. That's his modus operandum. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely a pan-African. He's definitely a thing. Respect knows his thing. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, everyone can agree to what he said. Jedi, you can see, agreed to what he said. I agree to what he said. It only makes sense that the people who are oppressing us are black and white. Yeah. If you only sit there and focus on the white, then the black runs around scot-free, being the worst devil, demon on the planet. Do you get what I'm saying? Attacking you from within, without, beside you, you know, sleeping with the enemy or whatever you want to say. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why we have to be vigilant on both. I hear you on one, but the other side is them too. Do you get it? White supremacy is only a tool of this overall group, which is a mixed set of people. Do you get it? That's all we've been trying to say. Like, no, we're not dismissing the Europeans' involvement in it, but we seem to be not acknowledging black people's part in it. You know, brothers that we would think are people who think are brothers by blood and culture and tribe or nature and all of that. But yet, that's why we said all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's why we say we can't all unite. Because some are not out there to fighting for us. They look the same as you, you know what I mean? They'll say, yeah, come on, let's fight. We're fighting for your freedom. Yeah, and as you turn, they just fucking do you in the back. Because people are just like weird, man. They're different, man. You see how mind controlled they can be with religion. Imagine when it comes to their country and that, and their nation and all that. They just become weird, you know what I mean? They can be led by any type of dictator. We watched that yesterday. We showed all 5 African dictators, a couple Pan-Africans in there. You know what I mean? It was mad. Yeah, destroying their countries, killing, mass murders. But we was not doubting that if they chose these guys as the top 5, that all of them, their level of atrocities was bad, but not as bad as. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of interwoven into friendships, you know. Your what's his name? Gaddafi, Pan-African and Pan-Arab, was friends with last King of Scotland.
Snipes is gonna go down that path.
Nah. You don't have to take that L, man. You have to take that L.
Brother, brother, I don't have to take that
And
out.
Momo Magari,
The win,
and I
brother.
understand why you try to distance yourself from
Brother,
him.
I'm going to take the win. The win was, brother, that I'm a Pan-Africanist nationalist, but we don't believe, brother. How can I add? Here's what you got to understand, brother. Let's be real now. If you are not an African, you cannot be a Pan-Africanist, brother. It's ridiculous. You understand? It's ridiculous, brother. So we know what Gaddafi did. He took on the mindset as well as the blueprint of the Pan-Africanist nationalists, and we appreciate what he did. You know, he put it into work, but Gaddafi's no friend of African people, bro. You just have to study his autobiography, what he did before, and that tells you that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem, but it didn't stop him helping the Black Panther Party, did it?
But
Right.
brother,
So this is what we're trying to say, fam. Like, don't try and distance yourself, and don't act like the Black Panthers weren't Pan Africans.
No,
and
but
did
brother,
attend the Pan African conference in 1960, whatever. Yeah. We watched the videos, we watched each of them speak and did it there in hotels while they were staying in that country because man was on the run from America because man tried to kill man and all of that. Feds is trying to kill man and all of that. We watched all that, bro. You ain't gonna fool us with no wishy-washy kind of rubbish. Yeah, this guy Momo Gaddafi, you know the offenses he committed. Yeah, the mad dog. Yeah, killed bare people, but yet he's a Pan-African. He's a friend of Africans or Africans in the diaspora who's doing this Pan-African, Pan-European movement thing. It's crazy,
brother. You see, a great general black queen. I've met her a couple of times. My parents were in that movement for a while. Althea Jones, I'm sure you've heard of her, right? You see, from Trinidad, for the leader of the Black Panther in the UK, brother, particularly in London, etc. Now, brother, why were non-African people in the Black Panther movement, brother? That's my question for you. Why were they in there, brother?
What in the
Black
Pan-African or in the Black Panther Party?
Man, about the Black Panther. Why were they in there, bro? Why were they helping and in there and stuff like that, brother? Why were they in there?
Because they live in the communities with some of them, and some of them felt the cause was correct. So, yeah, there was white people in the Black Panthers. I never ever see that as a problem, and it wasn't as necessarily the white people inside the Black Panthers who brought down the Black Panthers. That would be stupid and obvious. You get what I'm saying? Everything come with blackface, man.
But we can say this though, brother, that if we're going to use political science analysis, right? This organized group, brother, allowing organized members from an organized group, brother, will always be exploited. You see, this is what we don't understand as a people. When Kale and many other Pan-Africanists are trying to explain to you that, and we've got the blueprints and the documents, whenever non-African people join your organization and that, right, because we are not organized, they control it. The fact that they're in there, their presence changed the whole mood. It increases your dopamine for them, and you remove the actual goal. We know that with Black Lives Matter. We know that with the NAACP, sorry. We know that with all the movements, brother, right? They always controlled it. So when we're saying that we don't want them in our organization and temporary coalition, African people should say this, you know what? Historically, when they have came in, when Dr. Martin Luther King did his march and etc., and there were different types of communities, and they killed him because he was going to the White House to make sure all poor people were going to get housed, and the government couldn't allow that. And then when he got shot, the non-Africans went back to sleep, even though they have more powers, and didn't proceed and continue to work. We can say that, wow, they can't be in a group. So it's not being disrespectful to the brother Snipe. It's looking at it politically, and that we are disorganized and we'll always get exploited. But we seem to not understand that, brother.
Yeah, but what I was trying to explain yesterday was that the whole idea of this radical form of pan-Africanism, yeah, has been exercised and used in Africa over various things and by various dictators and leaders of African countries who came from the diaspora into the country with their bright ideas and fucking destroyed it. So that's my point. You notice I've always made that point. I keep talking about Charles Taylor and certain people, you know what I mean? These are some of these guys are Pan-Africans, one from where they studied when they were in Americas or whatever, and then they were heroes. They're Pan-African heroes in some respect. You know what I mean? Because you don't think that Gaddafi was a Pan-African hero. That's your opinion. Yeah. What the actual facts is, when you look him up, he's going to say Pan-African. He's going to say and Pan-Arab. It's going to say these things. So those are the things attached to him till he dies or whatever. And then we coupled with the fact that he helped all these different organizations like the Black Panther Party, and they were Pan-Africans. I swear you was bawling about them the other day, talking about Black Panthers, they were they were following the Marcus Garvey. All right, cool, safe, no problem. But now when we start bringing connections, all of a sudden it's unsynchronized. No, man, hold this.
But brother Snipes, right? You know, as I've said to you before, I've grown up Pan-Africanist nationalist. You see, so the Pan-Africanist nationalists, which my African family like to call extreme and radical, right?
Yeah,
is a protection and a good defense mechanism from non-African people as well as unsynchronized Africans who try to water down our movement. For example, you put on a great video, and I commend all of you in that. But you've got and big up to brother Issa as well, and that very intellectual, right? You've got like two black men. One is a Sunni, I believe. The other is a Shia, and they're arguing, but neither one of them understand why are the black Christians who is from a community that has no power giving all their money by those pastors who are using tactics, right, and giving all their money to Israel, who have been given back reparation for what they went through, and now they're getting more money and not giving it back to African people? Why are the black Muslims giving all their money to Mohammed, the son of Salman, in Saudi Arabia, who is not relinquishing mistreatment to African Muslims in Saudi Arabia and in Morocco and Libya, who are getting beaten, killed, and chopped up? Someone needs to explain that to me. But they're arguing about religious ideologies, which both of them have no power in those institutions. Someone's got to explain that to me.
Well, I'm saying that look, a lot of your Pan-African leaders or warlords were agents of the state anyway. They were all military trained. This is the first level of mind control. You get what I'm saying? And then they're gonna have these communist, socialist, Marxist views. But the main point was that they were soldiers, and you should never ever let soldiers free in the public. I personally feel like we should never have, like martial law. You don't ever want to see martial law. You don't need soldiers on your road. These are trained killers. They're to train them to kill people indiscriminately. So when they're at home, they still got that twitch mechanism. Don't play with them. They will fucking kill you. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we don't need soldiers on the road. Yeah. And we don't need trained soldiers as our politician and our Pan-African representative of certain countries, Liberia and all of this type of stuff, which is just a plan by the Europeans anyway. Everything is that they're dealing with and they're talking about is planned by the Europeans and set by the Europeans and put these people in place, and but they're putting them in and they're taking these ideologies that you're still talking about, this Pan-Africanism or okay, this guy's clearly a Pan-Africanist, but he's murdering people, he's doing this, he's putting up conferences, he's helping with the Pan-African thing, but he's a murderer, he's a finger, he's doing atrocities, he's helping other leaders who are killing up people. Like, what are we doing here? This is why I said lives will be lost on some of these ideologies, and we've already seen it. As example, hold on one second.
political figures and the harsh regimes that they run. Number 4, Idi Amin. In the 1970s, Idi Amin Dada was the military dictator and self-proclaimed president of Uganda. He was renowned for his larger-than-life ego, as he gave himself many titles that ultimately added up to...
Yeah, you ever seen that before? Kel? Huh?
Brother, I know about, you see this documentary, but I'm going to let you run it,
No,
brother.
I'm not, it's not even that. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying...
Renowned for his larger-than-life ego, as he gave himself many titles...
You ever seen a man dressed with medals like this before?
Well, brother, what you got to understand, brother, that you do realize that one must also have confidence and one must also have self-esteem in oneself when he's dealing with troops as well as a collective. Now, Idi Amin, it's clear with him. We as Pan-Africa, for me, brother, as a student of political science and military science, right, I do believe that there's tactics and lessons that you can learn of these African leaders. For example, I made it clear many times before.
Okay, Idi Amin, Idi Amin then. Give me some tactics or some things that he did that you feel was acceptable and could be used in the now.
Well, for example, the way how he would think about his soldiers than himself, he made sure they were fed before him. That's very important, because when you look at us as an African people, and that we're very individualist and selfish, and you don't realize that if you are collectively organized, you have to make sure those men who you are governing, that you are loyal to them, because they are protecting your life. So we can definitely take that blueprint, what he did.
You saying Idi Amin wasn't selfish?
So hold on. So you're claiming, everyone's heard it, you're claiming Idi Amin. And I said yesterday, that these man, hold on. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Because I said these man take ideas from these, and these are heroes to a certain extent to certain people in the Pan-African movement, because some of them were Pan-Africans directly, or some of them were influenced by the same thought processes. Easy, light work. We're not going to do that. But Marcus Garvey wore all these labels and crosses and thingies and saying, yeah, it's mad. All these military men, crazy. Some didn't even see battle. Mad.
That ultimately added up to His Excellency President for Life, Field Marshal Al-Hajj, Dr. Idi Amin Dada, VC, DSO, MC, Lord of all the beasts of the earth and fishes of the sea, and conqueror of the British Empire in Africa in general and Uganda in particular. Before rising to power, Idi Amin served with the King's African Rifles Division of the British Colonial Army, which he joined...
Non-Africans. So you're going to take ideas from a guy who was trained by non-Africans. Mad.
Now, brother Snipes, I don't know why you're sounding like you're from the Temptation, brother. You know the bottle. Well, here's the thing, brother. Here's the thing, right? As a historian, educated historian like yourself, bro, you do understand that there are certain tactics and blueprints, whether they were good or bad, it can be helped and used for a liberation. Many people.
We're gonna see if it's good or bad. We're gonna see what was good. You stop me when the tactics come up.
In 1946, as an assistant cook, he quickly moved through the ranks. Only 2 Ugandans had ever been commissioned officers in the British Colonial Army, and Idi Amin was one of them, with the rank of lieutenant, received in 1961. After Uganda declared its independence from the UK in 1962.
The right to form fake government, the right, once you're comfortable, once you've got a government that we accept our format, then we'll give you your independence. They kind of coincided. Do you get what I'm saying? With these colonial governments and all of that we keep saying, like, we have to get rid of, right? If we're going to do anything in Africa, right? But you see how the play works. Man, make a government, like they appeal to the Europeans and say, listen, we're ready now. We've got a government, we've got a prime minister, we've got the king or whoever ready to take charge of the country. What are you lot saying? We're diplomatic, democratic, socialist, whatever we are. Do you get what I'm saying? Pan-African, whatever, right? And then they give you, boom, your supposed independence.
But brother Snipes, we know that the non-Africans who are in power, they always pick when it comes to us as a people, the charismatic, a person who's self-loved, must have a religious background to throughout the public, must be scared of non-African people, easily controlled, greedy ego, must know the previous leader that's been in control from before. We know these things, brother. However, right, there's nothing wrong with understanding that I'm going to be amongst you and I'm going to sabotage and help my people. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. This is the issue that we as an African people don't do.
All right,
brother.
cool.
All right.
He's learning from them. He's learning from them. He's learning how to be a rifleman. He's rising up the ranks. Okay, let's go.
61. After Uganda declared its independence from the
Right,
UK in
independence.
1962, he was
Mighty.
promoted to captain and the
Captain.
following year to major.
Major.
During his time in the military, Idi Amin gained popularity through his athletic prowess.
Whoa.
Standing at 6 feet and 4 inches with a powerful
Mighty.
build, he was a champion swimmer and Uganda's light heavyweight boxing champion for almost 10 years. He also excelled in rugby, where he played the position of forward. By 1970, Idi Amin was named commander of all armed forces under then-President Milton Obote, after learning that Obote was planning on arresting him for tampering with...
Sorry. What was that? Who's that?
Now, brother, I know
Who's
who that is. I know who that is, brother.
Is that a real Pan-African?
Well, brother, you know, we know that policy is coming from the non-Africans and giving the African brother who's explaining it that narrative. Well, the thing is, as I said to you already, we understand they use certain types of attributes from our people who are unsynchronized in order for them to form to their way. I read you a list, which they all do. Now,
Are
brother,
these two, hold on, are these
you
two friends
mentioned
and are these
Gaddafi,
two synchronized at the time? They're synchronized, right? They're friends.
brother,
Good friends.
Idi Amin, unfortunately, at that time, he weren't synchronized, brother. We know this. He wasn't
weren't synchronized when he was friends with Gaddafi in the beginning.
When he was elected with the British, as well as making connections with Gaddafi, we understand that he wasn't synchronized because, as I said to you, non-African people don't share power with African people. Gaddafi, you know, and I don't want to speak too much on him because he's passed away. Idi Amin, we have to respect that. You understand? However,
what you're saying, yeah?
We cannot forget the reality. You cannot be an Arab, a European, or Middle Eastern, or an Asian and be a Pan-African. It doesn't exist, bro. It don't exist.
As I said, as a Pan-African, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't exist, brother.
Pan-African and Pan-Arab, that's a L. Yeah, so let's move forward. Yeah, and these men are brethren. Let's also move forward. There's no way getting around it. No ifs or buts. No word salad. No anything like that. No.
It's a misinterpretation, brother. It's a misinterpretation, brother. We don't, brother. You see, those who accept the Gaddafi and that, right? We understand there's different types of Pan-Africanism. We get it. You see, I don't like to cause division, brother, because I'm cold with my Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters. However, the highest form of it is nationalism, Garveyism. You know what I mean? But we understand, though. We understand. We get it.
Yeah, we get it too. And once you say it's Garveyism, that's Marxist and fascist. So,
brother, here's the thing: when you understand his ideology, and we've explained this many times,
understand it. Yeah.
We've gone on audios. However, brother, right? He formed a government, right? And the government, brother, was nationalize your economics for your people only. Nationalize your political agenda for your people only. Nationalize your culture for your people only. You see, brother, he left the government. You see, brother, a government,
right?
So this government, brother, enables us to maneuver to protect our dopamines against non-African people and unsynchronized African people, so we can help the next generation.
So how is Idi Amin? How is Idi Amin someone to take advice from if he's unsynchronized? Makes no sense. He later on became synchronized. Hold on, let's play.
then President Milton Obote. After learning that Obote was planning on arresting him for tampering with military funds, Amin seized power for himself through a military coup on January 25th, 1971. The coup was successful, and Amin assured the Ugandan people that the military regime was temporary and that he...
Are you taking that bit, yeah? You're taking that bit, yeah? Coup d'etat. How to do a coup d'etat. Yeah, is that what you're doing? You're going to go to Africa, go to one African country, pretend your thing, set up your military base, and then take over the country. Is that what you're doing? Huh?
We have our ways, brother, and it's going to be on the principles of pan-Africanism.
Okay.
Nationalism. That's the way it's going to save our people, because we're in these different religions, brother Snipes, and you do understand these religions, brother, is preventing black people from uniting correctly with their people, which is a problem, which a lot of our brothers and sisters in the comment are scared to talk about. I'm not going to say no name, of course.
But what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Like, it says he planned to hold democratic elections, right? Well, and what's that akin to? That's akin to some European system, right?
It is part of that, because he was part of that. I'm not negating
right. So look at him saluting like a proper British general. Like, what is this? What is this nonsense?
Yeah.
What is this nonsense? French general. Sorry, let's get it right. French. Yeah, a Muslim French general, superior, homo, whatever. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, religion ain't got shit to do with it. You see,
in the beginning,
what I'm trying to say.
It was unsynchronized, brother.
How is he unsynchronized?
Hold on, brother. As I read out,
synchronized from his religion.
As I read out the attributes of what white supremacy look into black people, and that clearly, brother, his boxing skills and etc. was popularity, which I did clarify, so I can understand why they were elect Idi Amin in regards to his thought process capacity, which can be used to control African people. Nevertheless, brother, he still rebelled and wanted to reform himself.
Was he right in taking over the country? Was he right?
He was right in kicking out the Asians out of Uganda. We can definitely.
No, that's not what I asked.
Hold on, brother, taking over the country. Hold on, brother Snipes.
Yeah, but you're taking over the country from your other black brothers. So, like, what are we saying?
Yeah, but brother, you see, with that situation there, we can't forget, brother, that there were certain of our people that were uniting with the non-Africans to overthrow him. Now, brother, this is a problem, you know, because as I said to you already, right, a disorganized group will always get exploited by an organized group. Anytime non-African people...
So hold on, are you saying he's organized and independent from Europeans?
At that time.
At this point? When he takes over?
Who are you referring to?
Idi Amin.
At this point, no, but Idi Amin's passed away, brother. But we can say,
I'm saying, look, we're watching something on Idi Amin. How are you going to say? And we know he's passed away. What we're saying is, when he took over, was he? I don't even know. I lost my point. But yeah, let me rewind it.
No, you were saying, was he when he took over the country? You were saying in that, right? Was he right? That's what he was referring to.
Yeah, was he right? Was he correct in doing that?
From
your point of view, saying yes.
From the away from the Europeans. Most definitely,
from the African European government or whatever that was structured already.
He was right in taking over the country. He was right. Yeah.
Now, if you take over the country, which is owned and gets its independence from Britain, when you do that, you still have to talk to Britain, right?
Well, this is the issue, because this is where the other African brothers and sisters in the continent, as well as diaspora, should have been helping Idi Amin when he made that move. And we're going to talk about that some other time.
Yeah, that ain't the move, though. The move that fucked up the country, that ain't nothing to do with it. Listen to this. Listen.
He planned on holding democratic elections. He emphasized the fact that he was a soldier, not a politician.
Right.
However, a week later, he announced himself as president.
Oh.
Amin eliminated the chain of command, ensuring that most of the major arteries of power would be diverted towards him.
Right.
The regime that followed lasted from 1971 to 1979 and was one of the harshest ever known by the Ugandan people.
Wow.
After a boat fled Uganda, he attempted to recover his position, helped by other refugees. Amin defeated the coup and started purging the military of Abot supporters, mainly those who belonged to the Alkoli and Longo ethnic groups. Many executions followed. Soon, other ethnic groups were targeted, as well as journalists, artists, lawyers, foreign nationals, intellectuals, but also prominent Ugandan political figures. Anyone who opposed the dictator or spoke out against the regime quickly disappeared.
Were you using this, Kel, yeah? Using any of this? No? Leaving it alone?
Now, brother,
Distancing yourself?
You asked me something, and you see, brother, when we're going to use the propaganda of white supremacy when it comes to them with their media, as what the Honorable Marcus Garvey says, that the white man has mastered the art of media, and those who submit to it, they become his slaves. You see, brother, this is the mindset and the strategy. So when we're using these tactics there, that he did this, he did that, the people, them, right? If there was any form of oppression on the Ugandan people unjustly, then it was all wrong. However, brother, when we look at it, trying to gather power back in the hands of the Africans, like what Shaka Zulu had to do when he had to unite the tribes against the non-Africans coming, then, brother, something has to give. We're dealing with political science, brother. You know what I mean? Some of us are going to have to be sacrificed in order for the continent to have full control back to Africans, not Europeans, not Asians, not Middle Eastern, Africans who are synchronized.
Okay, so when we do that, supposedly in this scenario, where we take over and we take back all our things, and then we take it for ourselves, we don't even worry about our people, yeah. Because why? Because you're trained in the European mindset, you're trained in the Pan-African mindset that allows you to be selfish, bad mind, and kill your own people, and take all the wealth for yourself, and take all the power for yourself. Yeah, a power that not every African wants. So that is the definite truth. Not every African wants nationalism. That's crazy.
But the nationalism.
Amin came to be known as the Butcher of Uganda because of his brutality. Amnesty International estimates that 500,000 people were killed during his ruthless regime. Their bodies often dumped.
Some lives will be lost, brother. 500,000 is an acceptable amount of people to do. Yeah? Is that what we're doing? Yeah? Okay. No, you're giving me examples. You're telling me there's examples here. There's something to be taken from Idi Amin.
You see, these, I said to you, these are propaganda. And for our, those who in the comments.
On the Nile River, Amin's decision to place control of the economic.
Sorry.
Resources back to
go on.
You see, the way you're looking at it is that, you know, Marxism and Lenin and all these things, bro, right? I've explained this already many times, brother, and I'll have to repeat it because we have to for our people, so it digests in their mind to understand that just because you are part of a certain types of institution, it doesn't mean you're supposed to become it. All non-African people, brother, they will come amongst African institutions or culture, and they will market to help their people. We've seen it with Eminem. We've seen it with DJ Khaled. We've seen it with all of them. We've seen it with Mao Sing-hoi when he used to sit in the classes of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, just like the Vietnamese president, just when Hitler marketed his blueprint on the Honorable Marcus Garvey. But Hitler didn't say to himself, well, because I'm learning from the Honorable Marcus Garvey, I'm going to go help the Africans. No, brother. He went to help the Germans. And this is what you've got to understand, brother, is that if you're going to implement something that doesn't belong to you, then you use better your people. All non-African people understand this. It's only we as African people who believe that we are holier than thou, and we should only have these perfect or these perfection type of strategies, and it must not have no form of clinching. Brother, this is religiously immature. And I said this already. Waiting for prophets. The prophets have come, brother. Now it's time for us to reclaim back our culture, reclaim back our power, brother, because end of days is coming, you know, brother. And when I'm talking about end of days, I'm talking about the continent is being controlled by non-Africans as it was in the past. What are we going to do about it, brother? Or we're going to debate about
I feel when the day of reckoning comes, my conscience will be clear, because I wouldn't be attached to any type of fuckery that would, you know, mean eternal damnation for my soul. You get me? I'm quite comfortable in my own skin and my own thought processes to know that, you get me, if it all pops off, I'm definitely going to do what I need to do. You get me? I'm not being restricted by nothing. Nothing calls me back and tells me. You get me? I know about these streets. I was born in these streets, man. Now it. I think, but the main thing is, you're saying 500,000 people, Idi Amin, right now, we haven't found anything that you can use today. You're only making excuses for fuckery. Think about what you're saying. And you choose your words very carefully when you're talking about someone like Idi Amin and having some positive message or some positive things that we can take out of this explanation that we're about to hear. And I don't care if it's motherfucking propaganda. I don't care if you think it's propaganda. It's rightful propaganda because he works for them. He's always worked for them. He's always worked for them. So you claiming him as a hero, that's neither here nor there. That's your business.
Brother,
Our business is to
that
spot
you're
out.
do this.
No, my thing is to spot out the ploy, the plan. You say, oh, Marxism and black Marxism is what it was actually phrased as, is originally with Marcus Garvey, and these men took it on. But each man, Mao Zedong, is a communist or fascist or thing. Adolf Hitler, definitely a fascist, you know what I mean, and had communist socialist views. Cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Do I need to go on? No. We go to this man. This man is definitely one of them as well. When we're gonna they're probably gonna tell us in a minute which one of those ideologies he was into. And all are non-positive for us Africans. And it's very significant that these men are all military trained. So I don't know what you lot are doing. Talk about political science when these men are killing, man. You know what I mean? And this is where you want to get your tactics from.
To the Ugandan citizens by exposing other nationalities and ethnic groups proves to be fatal for the already struggling economy. He stated, "We are determined to make the ordinary Ugandan master of his own destiny and, above all, to see that he enjoys the wealth of his country. Our deliberate policy is to transfer the economic control of Uganda into the hands of Ugandans for the first time in our country's history. By 1978, the country's economy had nearly collapsed, and Amin had lost a large part of his support. Many Ugandans had fled the country, including some of Amin's ministers and close military personnel. His troops mutinied against him, and some crossed the border to Tanzania. Amin declared war on Tanzania and even planned to annex a part of its territory, ignoring the fact that his army was not fit for the challenge. Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere responded. His military forces, with the aid of the Uganda National Liberation Army, comprised of Ugandan exiles, took control of Kampala, the capital city, in 1979. Idi Amin saw the end of his regime as he fled Uganda by helicopter. He found refuge in Saudi Arabia, where he died on August 16, 2003. During his lifetime, he fathered 40 official children from 7 different wives. After his death, rumors started circulating that Idi Amin was also a cannibal who kept the severed heads of his adversaries. After the fall of his dictatorship, Henry...
Any good ideas? Any good ideas? Oh, he's going to quote Henry Kissinger now. Man.
Well, brother, you see, what you got to understand, brother, is I told you already the strategy of the white supremacy, brother, is they like to demonize those African descendants who they thought that they could, mystify with their agenda, who did a Nat Turner and decided to go the other way, brother. This is not so bad. They did it with Malcolm. They did it with, Mike. They've done it continuously. They've done it continuously. So I'm not surprised that they will say all these types of things, brother.
Nat Turner didn't kill millions of black people. So how are you comparing Idi Amin as a hero when he butchered synchronized and unsynchronized Africans? How can that be a hero?
Well, here's the thing, Raheem, right? You see, when you're putting your own twist on things, I never said he was a hero. The question was asked to me, what strategy could you take from Idi Amin to apply for our liberation? And I said, one of the things that you cannot take away from him is that he made sure his soldiers were fed before he was, because we as African people are very selfish towards one another, even though we're helping, even though the people that are around us are protecting us against certain entities. And then you come with hero, the Snipes came with hero, and then we've got this type
Who
of
said
debate.
that we are selfish? It's
This
crazy
makes no
because
sense.
you're saying these things as if you're having some positive influence, but to call your brothers and sisters selfish by nature, that's just wrong. That's just
Brother,
wrong.
I said to you already, you have to be politically educated, right, and understand the reality of African people. You see, brother, when you're saying certain things, and it's not just you, brother, there's many other people, you have to stay in reality. African people, right, because we have been worked on,
African people are selfish.
because we have been worked on, and we have a self-righteousness to identify with our tribe. And when it comes to any other of our fellow African tribes, right, it doesn't matter when it comes to uniting. We have that instilled into us. It gets used every single day. So when you're coming on here, brother, and saying things like this, oh, so we are selfish now, brother. I know that you're politically uneducated. Clearly we are. Clearly, by our paradigm and what we're going through as African people in the diaspora and on the continent. Brother, please be politically educated, brother. Please.
Have you been to Africa?
Have I been to, brother? I've lived in Africa, brother. Why are you asking me these questions?
Where in Africa? Where in Africa, can I ask?
Brother, I have been to Lagos. I have been
Lagos. Yeah, I corrected it
I've
as well.
been to East Africa. I've lived there. You see what I'm saying? My parents took me everywhere. I've been to Morocco. You understand? I've been to all them places, brother.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Sorry, one second. When you were there, are you telling me that people were basically taking the food out of your mouth because they were that selfish?
Brother, I advise you have to be politically educated, brother. I'll try to. This is very unsynchronized, what you're saying. Because
just answer the question, Kale.
Here's why it's unsynchronized, brother. Here's why it's unsynchronized. If African people,
that's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you why it was unsynchronized.
Brother.
I don't particularly care why it's unsynchronized.
No, but brother, you ask. But brother, you ask these questions that don't make no sense.
For you to quantify.
Questions that don't make no sense.
For you to qualify why you believe Africans are selfish, or black people across the diaspora and in Africa and across the world are all of a sudden selfish.
Because they do not unite with each other against a global enemy. Here is the tactic that non-African people use on African descendants every single day. Get them arguing about identity.
On white people. It's used on white people.
Brother, get them arguing about identities. Get them arguing about this. Get them these things, brother. It's selfishness.
Uniting
but
as
you're
a monolith
far,
is definitely a European thing. It's not an African thing because we were always separated into tribes. You've basically just adopted a European thing where they unite, and that's why we've got Jupiter talking about English when she's German and like Ashkenazi or whatever she is. Do you know what I mean? It's confusion. It's just confusion. But anyway, my question was, do you think that Idi Amin died as a Pan-African? Like, do you think like his last days he was
probably
on the ideology?
Sister Sarah, what you have just said is very politically uneducated again.
Wow.
Right? And I'll tell
I'm just asking. I'm genuinely asking.
No, hold on.
Please don't go around in circles. Please,
Hold on. First, Raheem asked me when I was living in Africa with my parents, did the Africans take food out of my mouth? I don't know why I asked that question for.
I'm just asking, did he die as a Pan-Africanist?
And then you're asking me, did he die a Pan-Africanist? Now,
because you know his history, right? You just said you read up about him, so I'm asking you a question.
no, sister, you see, the problem is, right, is that when we have an intention of wanting to water down and eradicate Pan-Africanist nationalists, we will say all these types of things, all these types of labels, all these types of statements in order to have a dialogue. Here's what you got to understand. Idi Amin weren't no Pan-Africanist. You see, he weren't no Pan-Africanist. These things have been explained. However, we can use certain blueprints how he dealt with non-African people at that
So
time.
he was a Pan-Africanist.
How about when he went to Saudi, the country that ties up African girls to mountains and trees and captures them between the borders of Yemen and Saudi? How many African girls are tied up right now as we speak? He fled to that country and died in that country with the non-African. Is that part of the blueprint?
What does that have to do with
That's where he chose to flee to. He didn't choose to flee to another African country. He didn't flee to another African country. He fled to Saudi in its worst state. That was a time when no one was even documenting these girls that were going missing in Saudi.
It
from all over Africa.
It wouldn't be in your best interest to mention Saudi Arabia. It wouldn't be in your best interest.
Why
He's not from there. Saudi Arabia.
It's part of the documentary.
But I know, but it wouldn't be in your best interest to mention Saudi Arabia. Because what do you understand? Idi Amin, right?
He died there.
Idi Amin, at that time, wanted to get power for his country against the non-Africans.
I didn't.
By laying with the worst. Okay.
I commend that. Right. I
He's got another African country.
Millions of Saudi
King. Hold on. The Saudi king, Saudi king and prince, they are also in relationship with the West. They're doing business.
We know that.
No. Don't say no. That they're doing all those things.
That's true.
They're doing all those things, and they're also subjugating our African brothers.
Why is it? What about Islam?
So Muslims too.
Why is it? What about Islam when it comes to your hero? Listen, Idi Amin.
I didn't say he was my hero, you know, brother.
Yes, you did.
I didn't tell him my hero.
You said you would
a murderous criminal that died with the unsynchronized.
There's examples to be taken. And
you asked me a question, and I gave you a strategy that you can use. That's what you asked me, and then hero came about.
No strategy. You said about loss of life. You said, well, some lives will have to be lost, and I'm saying 500,000.
In religion, in religion.
Don't come back to religion.
No. The reason why I got to bring it back to religion. The reason I got to bring it back to religion, right? Because you all, unfortunately, are unsynchronized and forget that in your religion,
because we don't agree with you,
to be taken off as well.
So if Pan-African that I know was
in the religion, why is it different for Pan-Africanism now?
Every Pan-African I know was religious, had a religion.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know what that point was, bro.
It's confused distraction techniques.
From Marcus Garvey to whoever, they all had a religion.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Why do I need to confuse my people
Baptist
in the reality? Hold on, brother Snipes, because we got to clarify. Why do I need to confuse African people when the reality is it doesn't matter what institution, what religion, what gender movement you're in, what sexual orientation movement you're in, what socialism you're in, you have no power. So why
they're gonna die? That's what you said. Hold on. Yeah, but you said they're gonna die. They can't afford that.
Raheem. No, hold on.
The reason why you have to
why I need to confuse.
The reason why you have to confuse.
Well, just stay in the diaspora, man. Don't go to Africa.
The reason why you have to confuse is because you aren't used to being challenged to the degree that you've been challenged on these panels. You're used to spewing the same dialogue over and over and over again with those who agree with you or those who are easily baffled. But you've come onto a panel full of intelligent people who frequent this and have spoken to individuals like yourself, challenged, learned, agreed, disagreed on varying points. And the problem is you have no straight answer for any of the questions that have been asked. At all. And the only reasoning being is because you yourself are, as I've said to you already, an ideologue. You have this attached. You have this attached view where you are refusing to even lean a bit on either side to understand and learn more and become stronger in yourself. It's a massive weakness, and that's why I believe you enjoy trying, attempting, and poorly so at confusing individuals.
Okay, well, but here's the thing, Raheem. I'll explain something to you in that, right? You call it a script. First of all, brother, Francis Chris Wilson always says, when black people are around each other, right, you need to have a plan. She also says we can be poisonous to one another. You see? Now, when you look at every religious leader, every general, they always had a curriculum and a script to emphasize to the people what they're talking about, so they're not freestyling, that they're keeping the collective on a structured way of understanding. This is the vision, this is the strategy, and this is the potential. This is what you.
This is the murder. This is the murder. This is
Can I finish? Now, number two, brother Raheem, right? Nobody is challenging me on here, and I'll explain why. First of all, brother, I've made it perfectly clear. No African descendant in the diaspora or on the continent can tell me that their tribe has regained back full control on the African continent, right, and in the Caribbean, and a military base to protect the African Americans, right, from non-African people. You will never be, hold up, brother, I haven't finished. Brother, I'm not pausing. I'm going to resume. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to resume because I need to finish.
Because we're going to
show you. You're going to show you examples of what you're talking about.
I'm going to resume. 1 second, Sniper.
Okay.
1 second.
I'm going to resume. Let me finish what I said.
Pause so that you can see. This is why I say
just do 1 point at a time, Kate. It's easier.
Exactly. 1 point at a time, man. You have your script to follow. I mean, your points to follow. So, you know.
So okay, for the sake of the family. All right, go on, brother.
You've said, flipping hell. See, now you made me argue. I'll end up forgetting what you just said. You said that no one can challenge you because of your what was it again you just said? Oh, for fuck's sake.
You what you was asking me.
No, got it. I've got it. Sorry. Pause. Got it. What? Yeah. So you said, name me an African tribe that is in control of its region in Africa, all protecting the
I never said region, but I'm on an African continent. Control.
Those on the African continent and those in the diaspora who have been protected or whatever, right? Can you name me a European that's got the same?
Now, brother, listen to what you just said there, brother, right? I mean no disrespect. You're my brother and I have love. You just said something politically uneducated now, brother. That's very political. No, it's very political. Brother,
if you answer my question in sincerity, you'll see where we're going.
This is very politically uneducated, brother. It's very politically uneducated. Brother, it's very politically uneducated what you just said. Because, brother, racism, brother, is not individualist. Racism is collectivism, brother. You see, and you keep forgetting these things, brother. The fact that you're going on, brother.
No, I have to stop you because you're doing it again.
Go on, brother.
You're answering things which are not either satisfactory or you're bringing in other topics. That's not what I asked you. I just asked you a simple question. Are there Europeans, I said white people, but we can keep it to those in Europe, non-Africans who have the same thing, have control of their land, are protected by their individuals or whatever? Can you name me that? Individuals that are like that across Europe? Because Europe had tribes.
Brother, right? This... You may be, now I believe you are, brother, very successful, intelligent guy and stuff like that. But brother, when it comes to these political issues, brother, you are uneducated. The fact that you're going to ask me, is there a European tribe, brother, that is doing these things, brother? This is politically uneducated. The Europeans, brother, right? They are the ones that have full control on the African continent, full control in the Americans, full control in the Middle East, full control in the whole planet, brother. You understand? And you're gonna ask me, is there tribe. This is why, brother, it's not that I'm confusing, it's just that you're very unsynchronizing. And because you're unsynchronized, like many of our African brothers and sisters are in the diaspora and the continent, we're never going to be able to understand it. That's very unsynchronized, brother. This Sarah, go on, what are you going to say?
Oh no, carry on, Raheem. I think Raheem was talking. What? I think Raheem had questions.
You got
I don't want
shook.
to like interrupt his flow. I was going to say, historically, where have all Africans, all tribes from different nations, different countries, all followed the same set of rules? Historically.
Okay, now, Sister Sarah, right? Unfortunately, this is very unsynchronized again. You know, sister, you know, right, that we as African people, we've always had our own tribes. This is a fact, right? You see?
Yep.
As for pan-Africanism back then, there was no such thing as it. We know this, you see? We know this, right? But this is what you have to understand, beloved sister, right? When there is a common enemy coming on the continent, and you believe that, oh, because they are in South Africa, they're not going to go all of Africa. This is politically uneducated. We may not have had a united African back then, but we need one right now because Europeans, Asians, Middle Easterns are uniting together and saying to themselves, we want to control the continent by any means necessary. If you do not understand that, right, then you are politically uneducated and unsynchronized.
Okay. What about the ones who are compromised? What should we do to the compromised people like Idi Amin? Once you're compromised, what should we do to you?
Send them to Saudi Arabia.
What should happen?
Eliminate.
Like, say Idi Amin's compromised, Haile Selassie were compromised. A lot of them are compromised. So what do we do with them?
Offs with their heads.
Kwame Nkrumah, bear
Here's what you got to understand.
A person who understands political science will get rid of the in-house compromised people. Get rid of them first, and then you can target who you want to target. But how do you have a bunch of informants, a bunch of compromised people in the circle, and you want to try and protect yourself? You can never do it because they're always going to sabotage.
And you want to learn from them. You want to learn from them.
And then you want to learn from them. So they're basic. It's a setup. It's a whole setup, but you don't seem to see it.
Here's what you got to understand, sister.
You know what I mean?
Pan-African strategy, operation, uniting Africans on a global scale spells ruin for our grand design as non-Africans.
Yeah,
we hold on, brother Snipes. We must fabricate divisions, disrupt operation on both sides of the diaspora and on the continent, create mistrust in culture, conflicts between natural allies to prevent them. Now, sister, right, because our African leaders in the past, they had to boldly do some maneuvers. The question that you should be saying to your beloved brother Kel is, you know what, brother Kel, why didn't the whole African continent and diaspora help Haile Selassie, help out?
Because he was compromised, and we know that he killed his own people. Do you know about Bele Zelaka, the man from the Godjam region, who basically, while Haile was in exile, he actually fought against the Italians. They say with 50 soldiers, right? When he got into power, Haile Selassie got jealous because he wanted to appoint the men who fought with him, so he killed him. He executed him. Now you're executing a man who fought the Italians, but you were in exile.
Now,
That's
sister,
a compromised man,
we've got to tell the story correctly.
Sister,
we've got to tell it
in
properly.
That region, right?
We've got it properly, sister.
So the point is, bro, once people are compromised, you need to get rid of them. We don't celebrate them. The criticism precedes the appraisal of somebody. If somebody's been criticized, you need to pay more attention to the criticism because that could help you more than focusing on the praise. That's general rules, bro.
Now, here's the thing, sister. We as African people, we focus on criticism to the maximum, to the extent that if we make any little mistake, that little mistake is more than the progress what we've been doing. We've done that.
But some mistakes you can't come back from, bro.
Too much. Now,
some mistakes you can't come back from.
Here's the thing with the Emperor Haile Selassie. When he explained to some of the Ethiopians and even their brothers who are now called the Somalians, that the Italians trying to conquer.
Okay.
What happened, sister?
What do we
Big
do?
up something, huh?
What did our beloved Somalians,
We let
beloved...
them go through
Bro,
like some
Somalians and
pagans.
Ethiopians are still
Hold on.
fighting. I don't know what that means. They've been
Oh,
fighting
no,
for years and they're still gonna fight. It just it is what it is.
Didn't we help them?
Hold on.
Didn't we
Hold
help the
on.
Italians?
Before colonization, after
You see,
colonization, they were always
you see
fighting.
what our beloved brother says? What happened, brother?
Didn't we help the
Hey, mic
Italians?
check, mic check. Can you hear me?
We helped the Italians.
Brother, you see that there? We
Yeah.
helped the Italians. Now wait there, brother.
Yeah.
Another compromised leader. They're all
Hold
compromised,
on,
man. It's a
brother.
game. It's a
Hold on.
pantomime, but
Now,
you can't
brother,
see the game, bro.
hold, sister. Now you see me, brother. I give maximum props to Abdul Rashid Shuramak. I give maximum props to him. You see,
Who's he?
he was a Somali general, and he did some amazing work in Somalia. Right now, here's the thing, brother. Helping the Italians, who are the enemy of African people, was that a smart move?
No, because they saw it as the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'm guessing at that time.
Yeah, that principle don't work, man. That principle will bite you in the ass.
Hold on, sister. And I'm not attacking our Somali, bro, because it's not just the Somalians that did it, right?
It's the
And by
principle, bro. The principle to follow
sister,
is
hold on, sister. And we have to give props to our brothers and sisters in Somalia, because they're the only ones, especially in the 20th century, in the 90s, who defeated the Americans and lured them into the jungle. But let's stay on topic. Here's the thing, sister.
yeah, big them up for that. Still, but yeah,
When
still, they're
are
still
we
compromised.
when we are referring to a common enemy that you cannot compromise and help the enemy against the whole continent, this is unsynchronized. So that's why Haile Selassie had to do what he had to do. You see, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Execute these people.
Sister, you see, we are dealing with political and military.
Yeah, bro, we don't know about the history of
anything
African
that is
countries
better
specifically. Right?
for our people, sister, it must be done. Sometimes, sister, right? When you go against the best interests of our people, there has to be a penalty. There has
While
to be
he was sitting with the British Queen, yeah.
There has to
Riding
be
carriages with his people are dying of hunger, yeah.
a thing, because you see, in the Italian mafia, sister, what happens to the Italian soldiers who go against the best interests of the Italian mafia? What happens to them, sister? Do they get handshaked? Do they get or do they get?
But why are you using the enemy's criteria for dealing with people?
No,
Why don't you have your own criteria?
Because
exactly.
The reason why I'm
You need to
using
have
it
your own
for,
principles, bro. You can't copy the enemy's principles. You can't copy the devil's principles.
Sister, you see, sister, you're trying to play bumper cars with me at the fairground, sister, and I'm knocking you off the track. You know what I mean? And the reason why I've got to use
you're
these
funny, man. I
strategies-
rate you this.
The reason why I've got to use these strategies, sister, because you, as an intelligent African sister, right, should understand this. If you are trying to disrupt the collective, you must get taken out. Here's
Then
why
why did he take Idi Amin out when he was disrupting the collective?
Because at that time, sister, there weren't enough of our people.
No, what is this? What is this?
Was
Hold
your
on,
people
hold on,
speaking
hold
out
on.
against him? Was your people
hold on,
speaking out
hold on.
against him?
Hold on. Let me play the rest of Idi Amin quickly.
Did it get
because,
worse?
like, we're trying to get through this video quick. So like, yeah, you
Oh.
made your point. All right,
Oh.
I hear you.
Big up, Kel, man.
Yeah.
It's all love.
But what I'm saying is,
it's all over the place.
yeah, there's a lot of people out here who will not be bigging up Idi Amin for the
Okay,
atrocities, and we can't say it's propaganda when lives were lost, especially 500,000. Mad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, some lives will be lost. I just can't deal with that statement. I don't think you really believe what you just said earlier. Mad.
I'm gonna let you play the video, brother.
All right, cool.
Kimba, his former health minister, stated, even Amin does not know how many people he has ordered to be executed. The country is littered with bodies. Number 3, Charles Taylor. Charles MacArthur Ganke Taylor.
Oh, you're going to take the L on this one, mate. You're going to take the L on this one. You know what I mean?
Another president, yeah? Not compromised.
Yeah. 1K who studied in America. So, you know, he was
Another
on
one
the
who studied with the enemy, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
Another soldier.
one.
We the best.
You smart. You loyal.
More like
loyal.
we the killers.
Yeah.
We
the colonizers.
We compromised.
We the
These are the
unsynchronized.
compromisers. No, these are the ones that are supposed to be educated and
We the
synchronized.
pre-synchronization.
Gone to European countries, got their education, Came back with
all
bright
a
ideas.
bunch of plants. Anybody who knows anything about military, bro, these are plants.
Yeah.
These are informants, bro. They couldn't come into the hood. It's like a white.
This is like KO 6.0. Mad thing. Let's go.
Nah, big up.
Taylor was the president of Liberia from 1997 to 2003. After earning a degree in the U.S., he returned to Liberia and worked for then President Samuel Odo. In 1983, Taylor was let go from his position as Director General of the General Services Agency under charges of embezzling $1 million. He eventually fled to the U.S., where he was arrested. Taylor was held at the Plymouth County Correctional Facility.
So I'm a terrible trader.
Another one who fled
right?
to a
Last
non-African
night,
country.
They sent him
this
to-
is what happened.
They sent him back home to take it
facility
over.
and faced
Say,
deportation.
It was that Born Rich shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay.
Flee.
But Liberia, remember?
You see how none of
Liberia-
them flee to African countries? They all end up fleeing to European, Switzerland,
Right.
and America.
So when
Yeah,
man
because they
says,
know
Arab
what will
countries.
happen.
when man says,
If they do
oh,
it in
the rights
Africa,
of,
But they're fighting for us, yeah.
Sister
Sorry.
Sarah, could it be that they have Islamic belief?
But don't
Or
make
now
it
it's
African, bro.
Islamic
Like,
now.
and they went, and they
Yeah,
went
now
to
it's
that's
Europe.
gonna go
I'm
really left. But
just
I
putting
actually
it
think
out
that
there.
Pan-African
area-
belief. When
No,
they got
no, no, no,
Pan-African
no, no,
belief
no,
now,
no,
it's
no,
not.
no. See, could it be that their Islamic belief tells them that, you know, go where?
Actually, the Islamic belief tells us the whole earth is a masjid for us. We can go anywhere on this earth. You
My
limit
sister,
yourself to Africa.
sister,
Islam
They
is
say
a
go
limit.
to England
God
to
is not a
pray.
real estate agent. God is not a real estate agent, bro. We can go anywhere on this earth. Who told me I
sister,
can't go anywhere? I
Again,
can go
man.
anywhere. God is
sister,
not
That's
a
a
real estate
Muslim you're
agent, bro.
speaking to.
sister,
Sorry, when God becomes the real
sister,
estate agent, people can tell me where to go.
sister.
So then, just
Now,
let
we
me
have
travel the world.
now, sister.
But you've limited yourself to Africa, so that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Your
no, 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 no,
Pan-African
no,
leaders should be
sister,
staying in
sister.
Africa.
What you got to understand is that me as a Pan-Africanist is very skeptical, wary of being in religions where non-African people are in there.
But
Now,
religion
this,
didn't limit you to Africa,
hold
bro.
on, sister,
Islam didn't limit you to Africa. You
sister,
limited yourself to Africa.
sister, you're throwing me off the cliff.
Islam lets you go anywhere, bro. Go
You're
everywhere
throwing
and
me
conquer
off
the
the
world.
cliff without a parachute. Come on, sister, give me the parachute and let me land.
I'm saying in Islam, God isn't a real estate
Call
agent.
of
He
Duty
didn't say
style.
all black people stay in Africa. He
Sister,
said the whole world is a
He's
masjid.
one of
I
them
can
ones
pray
who does
anywhere in the
press
world. Therefore, I
X
can
in
live
time
not
anywhere in the world.
attacking
falls to the
Islam,
forum.
not attacking Islam. I know,
No, but I
brother
can only speak on my
Rahim.
religion. I'm not
I
Christian. I
know,
can't
brother
speak on
Rahim
Christianity.
dropping his jokes as usual. Big up to you, brother Rahim.
Big up,
Now,
Rahim.
here's the thing, sister.
But do you understand my point, Kale? What I'm saying?
No,
I'm
sister,
telling
because
you. Let me just say my
you're
point, and then I'll be
because
quiet.
the
And then you can
religion,
let
sister,
me.
the religion, sister. You see, here's what you got to understand with you, black Abrahamic father, right?
Yeah.
You all, right, with the exception of the Pan-Africanist Christians, Pan-Africanist Muslim, our Pan-Africanist Hebrew Israelite brothers. We're talking about the unsynchronized Abrahamic African followers.
That's right.
You unsynchronized Abrahamic African
We're
followers.
not a monolith. We believe in different things.
You do not understand that it doesn't matter what institution you are in, religious institution, non-African people will always put you at the bottom. You see, you do not tackle this. You allow them to behave a certain way. You allow them to trick you. You allow them to teach you your religion, even came over Africa. And we as Pan-Africanists, we are anti that. No,
How do you know who taught me? How do you know the person who taught me wasn't black?
Sister, even if he was black, if he doesn't have a Pan-Africanist mindset
There's no isms. There's no isms in Islam.
You cannot trust
There's no isms, bro. That's pan is a Greek word.
Hold on,
Sorry,
sister.
that doesn't exist.
But sister, we are
Yeah, pan is
using
Greek, bro.
this language. Hold on,
That's what I
sister. We're
find
using
hilarious
this
as well.
language.
Like
Christian stuff, bro. You're talking Christian.
languages, European
No,
names, European
We're using this language
ideologues
because
funded
we're
by
speaking the
Europeans,
language.
yet
That's why,
somehow it's
sister.
African.
What was the
Does
original
that make
word?
sense?
What was the original word?
Sister,
Before Christianity
we
and
are
before Greeks.
using this language because we can understand one another right now. If we speak our language that we know, no one's going to know what language I speak. I know everyone's intrigued. You see, you're not going to understand what I'm going to say. He's going to be like, huh? So we have to use a language that we cannot understand. You see, now, sister,
I think that's bullshit. Because if you called your movement the Umfufu movement, everyone would know it's the Umfufu movement, and they wouldn't think anything other than it being the Umfufu movement. So using Greco-Roman language, the language of those who you call the oppressors, and somehow saying that it's because we all understand you, you think that it washes. It don't wash. Again, so I've told you, words have power, and those roots of those words are funded by these Europeans in your movement who helped your movement get off the ground, and you still can't see it. You still can't see it.
Still can't see it.
Is what you don't understand.
You're using Greek languages, Pan and Roman, African, and then you're talking about it being for black people.
Right. Here's what you don't understand, brother Raheem, right? Is that we as a people, because our dopamines for non-African people is more high than attaching ourselves with labels that will empower us even more. We have to use certain marketable labels to get us all collective. You see, we have a problem.
The message is more powerful.
Brother, but you're using bollocks, and that's not an African or meaning.
Oh, really?
Brother. You see, bro, I'm not African. Hold on, brother. I'm not trying to twist ya or push ya or even kick you down, brother. I'm being realistically, brother. You see, if we're gonna go down that path, then don't say bollocks. You see, brother. You see. Let's keep it,
to be
brother. We're on the table, brother.
That's the difference. I will say bollocks because I don't give a shit. You're like, oh, we must all be synchronized while using words which have specific meanings. Pan was a fucking Greek god who was a fucking demon. And you're telling me to join your movement. With a man's name in your title.
Brother, the swastika was an African currency, but the non-Africans use it all the time to propaganda. Aryan. Hold on, brother. Come on, brother.
Propaganda.
Symbol.
You see, brother. It's also on the ancient in Guyana in regards to the currency, brother. Let's not go there, brother. Come on, brother. Let's not go there, man.
Guyana.
Is that what? Is that
Let's not go there, right? Let's not go there, brother.
What, South America? Guyana?
Sorry, Ghana. Excuse me, Ghana.
Okay, because I was going to say.
Excuse me for my blunder. Ghana, right? Now, brother, let's go back to the topic. You, Abrahamic, unsynchronized African followers, you have not dealt with the racism that is happening to our people in those institutions. You let the Middle Eastern Abrahamic followers dictate your reality.
Where do you get that from?
Sister.
I actually read what's your name? I read I can stand the original. I understand the original language the Quran came in. I'm not a blind follower of translators. I don't know what you're talking about. I open books and I read and I use my critical judgment.
Right.
The intelligence I've been given in life.
Right.
So I don't know where you're going with this. That's number one. Number two, you keep saying Abrahamic religions. We have different scriptures. We have different laws. We're different people. And Hebrew Israelite is different to a Christian who's different to a Muslim. I don't know where this monolith came from.
Hold on, sister.
One more, and then I'm going to shut up. And number three,
I don't want to shut up. I don't want to shut up, sister. I just want you to be silent. There's a difference. But go on, sister. Go on, beloved.
Yeah, just one more point. And the third point is, the religion teaches me the whole world is a mosque. Therefore, I can pray on the whole world, anywhere in the world. Therefore, I can live anywhere in the world. I haven't been told I have to stay in one particular area. Do you know what I mean? So the whole world is a masjid. I can live anywhere in the world. God is not a real estate agent. He didn't say you're between these borders. That's where you have to stay and control. I can go anywhere, bro. If you want to limit yourself to Africa, by all means, but don't force it on everybody.
This is very politically uneducated of you.
Everyone is
this is unsynchronized, right? Now, you just said you can go anywhere, and we're going to get to that. Don't you worry.
Religiously, I'm allowed.
Hold on to sister, not even religiously. You see, sister, one thing that we do as a people, we love to hide in imagination, emotion, and feelings.
See that South Park episode.
You see these types of meanings and these types of mindset, sister. This is what gets you in problems. You
I know
just said
practically
religion.
it's
Hold
not. It's
on,
not.
sister,
Go on, go on.
sister.
Sorry, let me
Right?
mute up. Sorry.
I appreciate that. Right? Now we know, sister, that the black people, wherever they go on the planet, they're going to be oppressed. This is the truth. This is this is a political, scientific analysis and advice. We're going to be oppressed wherever we go, even in religion. Now, you've just said that on the channel, that religious view can go anywhere. Why are the Ethiopians in Saudi Arabia who are Muslim, why are those rapist Arabs who love the African gorgeous East African sister leave their Arab women to rape the Ethiopian sisters who don't want the Arab men?
I agree with you, but then in response to that, I'm going to say the Tawhido Christian
This is
community.
being
Hold
very
on.
off key now,
The
sister. You're
Tawhido
being off.
Christian
Sister,
community
you're
and
being
the
off
Muslim
key now.
community
You're
in
being off
Ethiopia
key now, sister. You're
have
being off
conflict.
key.
What's your
Sister,
point?
you're
So
being
you're
off
blaming
key.
us for them
What's
being
your
sexual
hold on.
deviants.
I agree with you. That's what I mentioned earlier with the Idi Amin thing. I said he went to a country where our women are violated, right? My point is within Ethiopia, the Tawhido Christian community and the Muslim community have conflict. Just in
Sister,
April, in the Gondar region,
you see what you've done
Muslims
there,
were being
sister.
killed. So what's your point? And they're the same people, bro.
Sister,
So
you see what
neighbors
you've
fight,
done
people
there,
fight.
sister.
You can't stop that.
Sister, this is unsynchronized,
Criminals are
sister,
everywhere,
and I'll
bro.
tell you why. You know what you've just done there? You've removed the focus on
No, I said a
the
criminal is a criminal.
non-African and put it back on the African. Sister, we do not have any power collectively, so you cannot put it back on us. You have to go to those who are
You don't have power. I'll do
controlling
what I want, bro.
that region. Okay? Now, sister, why are the Muslim Ethiopian gorgeous sisters being oppressed by the Muslim Arabs? Explain that to me, sister. And by the way, you know, they both
because the
believe
Muslim Arabs are ignorant and none of them are
They're
really
sexual
practicing,
deviants. What can we
they're
do?
just cultural people who always saw us as black slaves, and it is what it is, isn't it? I
you know
can't
what I
change
love
their
about
mindset.
you know what I love
Nothing to do
about
with the
you
religion, though.
unsynchronized Africans and the way how you flow. I love the way you flow because they're deviant, because they're this, but when it comes to pan-Africanism, when we're telling you all we must unite and protect one another, you want to try and water it down and have all the excuses. How can you make an excuse because they're deviant and
No, I said they're a
no,
criminal.
sister?
I
No,
said
no,
they're
no, no, no,
criminals.
sister. No,
They're the
you know
same
why they
criminals
can
as
do
Idi Amin, who killed
sister,
500,000 people.
sister.
They're
You know
going to
why
the
they
same
can do
hellfire, bro. Hellfire don't
sister.
change because of your
You see,
color.
there you go again talking
They're
about.
all going to the same hellfire
There you
together.
go
They're
again
going to all
talking
fit together in
about
the
the
hellfire.
afterlife, sister. There you go again talking about the afterlife. You know, sister.
No, but
Here's
I'm
what you
saying
gotta
they're all going to
understand,
sit together in the hellfire with Idi Amin. They're all going to be together.
sister. You see, I'm gonna start
Hellfire
calling
don't care about
you
color, bro. You could do a crime,
unsynchronized
you harm
African.
people, you're all going to the hellfire together.
Sister, you're flaming on. There's no need to flame up, sister. You see,
Not
you're
flaming up, bro.
flaming
I'm
on,
literally
sister.
chilling. I'm just sitting
You
there
see,
folding my clothes.
it's
But
like you're all trying to be the human torch from the
That is
fantastic
a good
world.
woman.
I'm
We
legit
need
just folding my clothes, bro. It's all
You know,
chill,
we,
man.
we, we need to calm down now, sister. You made an excuse for the
No, I said they're
non-African.
criminals.
You did, sister. You talked about they're criminals and they're going to the hellfire. Sister, the creator of the heaven and the earth, the universe, right, has given justice in this life and the hereafter. Is that true?
Yeah, they're all the
Hold
Arab
on,
criminal,
sister, because I know
Idi
you're going to
Amin.
try
They
and
should
call me
both
some
get killed.
Hold on, sister. So, sister, if that's true, why did you believe in that? So the Quran was sent down for what? What was it sent down for?
To teach people to worship one creator.
Okay. So you mean to tell me, sister, this book, right, was sent down, and you're trying to tell me, right, that the non-African Muslims cannot say to themselves, you know, the Ethiopians, they helped us when Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, was alive. If it weren't for them, there would be no Islam. If it weren't for the 30 soldiers
Kale's the
that
type to go up to
the
God and be
Nadashi
like,
king
God, you're
sent,
not unsynchronized.
hold on, Rahim. If it weren't for the Ethiopian king who sent 30 Ethiopian soldier to help with the liberation, there will be no Islam. You mean to tell me, sister, that they can't conduct themselves to show justice and equality to African people who are the spreaders of Islam? Is that what you're trying to tell me, sister?
First of all, if you're going to do a good deed, you don't do it for somebody. You do it sincerely for the creator. So if Kale does something good for me, my good deed is independent of his good deed. So I'm not doing it because you did a good deed for me. That's number one. Number two, most people who commit crimes do not have true understanding of the creator, because they don't understand that there's punishment for those crimes. There's no crimes that are just going to be left behind. And anybody who's oppressed, even you can't even get forgiveness until the person you oppressed forgives you on the day of judgment. So clearly they're not really taking it serious, are they? We both know that. I'm not going to defend them. They're criminals. A criminal's a criminal, bro.
Sister, you are defending the non-African.
I'm saying he's a criminal. How's that defense?
No. You see, sister, you see these light talks, the criminals, the thieves and stuff like that.
The criminal is a sinner.
It don't call it, sister, because when the Africans helped the Arabs with the halal meat, because they didn't have anything. You do understand that, don't you? And that they didn't have nothing.
We know that, but what's your point?
Nothing was there. You see, this is why we call them.
Should they return the favor?
Hold on, sister.
Or should they do it sincerely for the creator?
Hold on, sister. This is why we call them the sand.
You did a favor for me. I'm gonna do a favor for you. That don't work.
Blowing in their eyes. The sand blowing in their eyes. They can't see the food. And the African says, you know what, sand people, here's some halal meat for you. For centuries. And as soon as oil came, they told the East African brothers and sisters, go and kiss our sand ass and abandon.
But Idi Amin thought that was the place to die, though. He thought that was the best place to die.
And you want me to believe in what you said, that they're criminals and things like that. No, sister, you're making excuses for the non-Africans as usual, and this is very unsynchronized.
Very incoherent.
I don't understand what your paragraph is about. So what would you prefer her to refer them as, What should they refer that to?
They're sinners and they're criminals. What should I call them?
Sorry. I can't say the word. No, sand niggas.
Sand ninjas.
Brother Raheem, this is very unsynchronized. Why are you saying the N-word, brother? Hold on, brother, because we got to talk about this, brother. We got to talk about this. Hold on, brother Raheem, brother, because you're using. Hold on, you're using a European word again, brother. First it was bollocks.
But did you tell the European word?
Brother Raheem, come on, brother. First it was bollocks, now it's the N-word. Now, brother, do you realize when you say the N-word, you are triggering, hold on, brother Raheem, come on, brother. You are triggering non-African people's dopamines of,
no, I'm not.
Because the N-word's been mentioned, because it's been mentioned, well, we have it in our system anyway. So if we say, it's not like we can get tortured for it.
Okay, so what should we call them then? Can you just answer the question? What should I call them?
Sister, this is what you should be telling Brother Kel. Brother Kel,
I say? Go.
The black Muslims need to unite against the racism by the non-Africans in Islam.
This is victim mentality.
We should do this every single day.
But we've never done monolith. My dad didn't do monolith. My granddad didn't do it. My great-granddad didn't do it. Why do you think you can tell me to do that now?
And I'll tell you why. Because your prophet, hold on, your prophet, Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, peace be upon him, he says in a narration, racism will never go away until the judgment day comes. Now, listen to what he said there. I want my African family to hear this. He said it will never.
Where did he say that? Pull it up.
Hold on, sister. You see, sister. Hold on, sister. No, sister, it's for you to do your research. Cal ain't no liar.
No, you made the claim. Bring your reference.
Sister. Cal, this is what you got to understand about Cal, right? Not only am I beneficial that you can put me in the blender, I'm also truthful.
No, but you made it, so I want to pull it up while you're talking, so I can look and see what you're
I'm also truthful with my ingredients. He says in his words, racism will never go away up until the judgment. So if he said that, and if you really hold on,
the Quran doesn't mention racism.
You see, sister, you're flaming on again. You're flaming on.
Where it is, so I can pull it up and read it while you're talking.
Your sister, hold on, sister. You're flaming on again, sister. Sister, hold on, sister. You're flaming on. Hold on. No, you can't, sister. You
Yeah,
can't.
you do, but you have to reference it,
Hold
bro.
on,
You can't
sister.
just tell me
No, because
something.
here's why you can't throw it in the bin.
You're actually
Because
mocking my
no,
intelligence at
hold
this
on,
point.
See, sister, we get inflammable. Why is it that when Cal speaks, it's like gasoline
I'm
that
just
lights
asking you for
everyone up
reference,
and
so then we can
burns you
carry
at the
on.
same time on the scene?
Because you
Why
don't
are
answer
you getting burnt on the
questions.
scene?
That's why, and
Come on,
people
sister,
find it
man.
frustrating.
No,
Yeah.
just give me
That's
the
why.
reference, and then you can carry on.
Sister, it's for you to do
No,
your
you made the
research
claim.
on it.
You made the
I know
claim. The
that I'm not
claimant has to
lying.
bring the proof.
I know that it's there,
Exactly. The
sister,
person who
but
makes the
you
claim
need to
has
do
the
your
burden of proof
research,
to
sister.
prove their
You
claim.
need to. Now here's what you got to understand. If he said that racism will never go away, which is truthful, that means black people who are in Islam better wake up and unite with your other African brothers and sisters in the diaspora and the continent, because no non-African person is going to destroy white supremacists for your African ass. They're
So
never
what
going to do
about?
it. Hold on,
I don't know
brother
what you just said.
Raheem.
I'm still waiting for the
Brother
reference.
Sarah,
Raheem.
1 second.
Brother
What
Raheem.
about the
Brother,
Quranic
hold
verse
on.
that says that there is no superiority over the black, over the Arab, over the non-Arab?
There you go again.
What about that?
There you go. See, there you go again, brother. Your dopamines have activated. I
There's no
know.
dopamines. I'm
Hold
asking you a
on,
question.
brother Raheem. Hold on, brother. Because
I've been holding
hold
on. I've
on,
been holding on for you to answer
brother.
all
You
my
see, brother,
questions.
the
You ain't got
dopamine. You
no
see,
answer,
brother,
man.
the dopamines again,
Make
brother.
things up.
What about
Dopamines, brother.
what about
Dopamine.
there's
The
no
dopamines.
superiority, brother? Here's what you gotta understand, brother. First of all, brother, right? There is a narration where the Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, peace be upon him, he told the companions, I have seen the prophecy of future events, and I've seen people getting kidnapped into slavery, which is not a practice known in these lands. Do not copy them.
Where's the reference for that, please, sir? Where's the
Hold
reference?
on,
There is
sister.
none.
Sister.
This guy's making.
There's
I'm
no.
telling you guys, he's making stuff up on the spot.
100% he is.
Making it up.
Hold on. So, brother Snipes, did you just say there ain't none?
No, I'm just saying, if you don't bring a
Hold on.
reference,
No.
it's void. Everything you're saying is
I
void.
don't
You're
think
just
that was
wasting
brother
your breath.
Snipes. I don't think that was brother Snipes.
No, it was
But
me. It
here's
was
what
me.
you
It
got to
was Sarah.
understand.
But I'm saying, bring up your evidence. Where's your
told you-
reference? Sorry,
I
reference.
told you already. I am beneficial to drink, and my ingredients do not lie. You see? Now, what you got to understand is,
So,
if
would you like
your
me to be a blind
prophet,
follower of Kale now?
hold on, sister, if your prophet truthfully said that, right, and he's known for not
No,
lying,
don't attribute it to
hold
him with
on,
that
sister.
reference, please. Don't
You see, we
attribute
can't.
nothing to
We
nobody
can't
with
have a
that
dialogue
reference.
now. If he's known for being truthful, that
No, you
means
can't make up narrations about somebody
hold
who's.
on,
What are you doing?
sister,
Are you okay?
sister.
Are you alright, Kale?
Sister, hold on, sister. You see, the problem is, sister, your dopamines, what you have for your Muslim brothers and sisters who are not
No, Kale.
African,
Can I
is
say Kale said something with that reference?
sister.
You wouldn't allow it, Kale.
You see, sister, you're not gonna let me finish.
No, but could I speak on your behalf and not bring a
I'm
reference? Could
gonna
I
let
say
you.
Kale said
I'm gonna let you
something
finish.
yesterday
I'm
and
gonna
not
mute
bring
you.
proof?
I'm gonna let you finish. Go on, sister.
You wouldn't let me. No, I said if I said Kale said something yesterday and I didn't bring my proof, would you take that statement from me? No, you wouldn't. You would tell me go and get your proof. Any intelligent person will ask you, Kale, for a reference. It's just basic intelligence. Like, I'm just confused. Like, why are you acting silly for?
Yeah, I didn't play no sound. Yeah, I was just getting back to the spot.
Yeah, go on, carry it. Go play it, bro. Play it.
Yeah, because I don't know what Kel's saying.
It's not going nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Gonna learn today. Yeah, all these Pan-African criminals.
Taylor was the president of Liberia from 1997 to 2003. After earning a degree in the U.S., he returned to Liberia and worked for then-President Samuel Odo. In 1983, Taylor was let go from his position as Director General of the General Services Agency under charges of embezzling $1 million. He eventually fled to the U.S., where he was arrested. Taylor was held at the Plymouth County Correctional Facility and faced deportation back to Liberia, where he would be tried. On September 15, 1985, with the help of 4 other inmates, Taylor escaped from prison. The men sawed through the bars of their dormitory window and then lowered themselves 20 feet on knotted bedsheets. His accomplices were captured, but Taylor managed to return to Africa. He arrived in Libya, where he started receiving guerrilla training.
Uh-oh. From the chief Pan-African. Let's just
One
leave it
Pan-African to another.
One Pan-African to another. I'm gonna teach you the ways of Stalin, Lenin, and all the other murderers out here and dictators and da. Why you, mad dog? Because I'm the worst of them. Okay, cool.
From Muammar al-Gaddafi, subsequently becoming his protege. Funded by Gaddafi, Taylor formed an army.
Protege of Gaddafi, a Pan-African and a Pan-Arab. Wow, this is not looking good.
And led a coup against Samuel Odo in an attempt to overtake Liberia. Following the success of the coup, the country became fragmented. The ensuing civil war turned into an ethnic conflict as several factions battled over control of Liberian resources. The violence lasted for 7 years with over 150,000 casualties and more than half of the population becoming refugees. Taylor was elected president in 1997 after running a campaign under the infamous slogan, "He killed my ma, he killed my pa, but I will vote for him." He won with the 75% majority.
These are these Pan-African views, man.
ilaha illallah. He
Yeah,
killed my
power.
ma, he killed my pa, but I'm still voting for him.
You must be
That's
crazy.
hard.
I'd
That's
do.
hard.
What's that film?
Raheem, I'm not gonna lie.
Certain
Right now, you're
Citizens.
sounding like R1, R2D2 right now. R1D2.
Your
Hold
mic's
on, I'm
gone
listening
mad.
to my iPad.
Fix that.
Pete, get me.
That's
Child
right.
soldier business.
Many people voted for him, fearing that if he didn't get the presidency, Taylor would plunge the country into civil war once more. During his term, Taylor was allegedly directly involved in the civil war that was taking place in Sierra Leone. He was suspected of participating in blood diamond exchanges and of aiding the Revolutionary United Front, or RUF, in the recruitment of child soldiers. He was reportedly helping the RUF commit a series of crimes against civilians, such as torture, mutilation, and abduction. Thousands lost their lives. Other militant groups, such as the
This is Gaddafi's protege, man.
That's his younger.
Youngers.
Okay. Youngest in charge.
Yeah, like you say, we're saying, yeah, stops.
Yeah.
You get me? Your man's protege,
Is the
and this is what
synchronized
you're
part
gonna
or
do.
the unsynchronized?
This is mad.
Part of the
Synchronized.
biography. I don't.
Synchronize the Che Guevara bit, the communist, the Leninist, Stalinist, right? Extra
All
RTDT
these
now.
ists and isms, man. It's too much to keep up with.
I know.
It's mad.
I've lost count, man.
Yeah, soldierisms.
Can you
With
hear
the
me now?
soldierisms and all that.
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
They're kids, you know, poor kids, man. Anyways, Karen.
Disgusting behavior, man. You know what I mean? And then the man will tell us, yeah, you don't understand, brother. We fucking understand, brother.
Are these
Brothers'
the
lives are lost.
10% who are disposable by Omar?
Yeah, and this is not new. This is not a
They're talking
new
about disposing
phenomenon.
of 10% of black children. Like, I'm not surprised.
Right.
Nah,
They're all
everyone
the
is
same, man.
reaching.
They're
So
all the
y'all
same.
fled.
Pan-Africa,
One said, so y'all fled and then at least tried to gain power.
Right.
They're at least trying to gain power, Miss Sarah.
You know
Shut up. You can't address me till you get some pussy.
Oh, I didn't think you was here.
Shut up. Nah, don't address me.
I didn't
Don't
think you
address
was
me
here.
till you get some
I thought
pussy.
you was in the chat,
Yeah,
man.
nah, you can't talk. You don't get no pussy. You're an incel. Shut up.
Nah.
Don't
Did you hear
address
what?
me.
Leave my brother alone, bro. What you doing?
Nah,
You
don't
know what
address
Jedi
me
said?
till you
I'm
get some
out of this.
pussy.
I'm out of this.
Nah. Till you come on
out of
live
this.
stream and said I fucked last night, you
Listen,
can't address a
That will
real
never happen.
real
That will
person
never
like me.
happen, bro.
Hey,
Come on, man. That's haram.
What
No,
up, right now?
that's not allowed, man. Leave him alone, man. He don't really go for those sloppy
Get out of
seconds
here,
like you.
man.
Oh shit.
Come on, man.
on your podcast, but I thought not to, so I'll say it on here.
You said what, Raheem? I can't hear you, brother.
Your volume's low.
Oh, hold on.
That's better.
Is that better now? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, that's it.
in your podcast, do you know who you look like? You look like Wycliffe Jean, man.
Oh, fuck.
Like who?
No.
Like who?
Wycliffe.
Like Wycliffe.
How did he get to that? What the hell?
Tennessee Wycliffe John.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, I'm not on it.
Nah, but big up.
Hold this L, man.
Podcast is good, man. It's a good look. Congrats. Well done.
Yeah, put the
Appreciate
link
it.
in the back so I can. Is it on your channel?
You said drop the link in your back. What?
Pause. All the way.
Mad.
Yeah, put the link in the area
I
that you type in.
got you.
You know what I mean? So I can.
Side chat.
I got
Yeah, let's go back to this American criminal.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Iberians united for reconciliation and democracy, backed by neighboring country Guinea, were gaining popularity. Taylor's position was threatened.
General Butt Naked, you know? You know about General Butt Naked? Kale, you don't know about them, man, there. You're not ready for that. Yeah. Man who eat a pitney's heart, eat it, chop it up into pieces and eat it, and go out in the battlefield naked, and no bullets will touch him. Judge, I'm not involved, bro.
Madness.
That's scary, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Is this where we need Shakara?
Now,
Mad thing.
hold
I'm
on,
out.
hold on. Now, Sada, I didn't want to do it.
So I haven't
but
said
I tried
anything,
to-
sir.
Hold
What-
on, sister. You see, now we are in the bumper cars.
He's avoiding
now
it,
you
he's
bump
avoiding
me off the track
Always.
now.
Bro, you don't even know who you're fighting anymore. You're just
Nah, you
combobulating.
don't.
Yeah, no.
He's
Sister,
just spinning around in circles with his
You're
pants
just
on.
combobulating.
I'm riding around like Bowser right now.
Yeah, for real,
You're
man.
fighting
Now,
Sniper,
sister,
bro, not me. I haven't said
hold on,
anything.
sister.
Man's
I
avoiding my
have,
bumper car
sister.
still.
Your hands are
Now I
flaying,
have,
bro. Like, you're
I
that guy
have
who
the
do.
proof. I have the proof, sister. I didn't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. I have the proof.
Put in the. Yeah,
Kidnapping
it's all right, bro. I don't know why you're getting
three
all.
people. Remember this, you know. Kidnapping 3 people was not by known amongst the Arabs or the Africans.
Yeah,
You don't
that's not
understand
allowed.
that,
It's
don't you?
haram
Know?
to kidnap 3 people. It's actually
Bro,
a
are
sin.
you
And
listening
it's
to the...
Hold on, sister.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, I
Hold on,
hear you,
sister.
It's
bro. What are
haram
you
to
trying to point?
massacre 150. It's a mass. It's a haram to kill 500,000 Africans. Like, what are we doing here? We're not
No,
comparing
he's got the
this
pick and
with
mix
that.
religious thing, innit?
Yeah,
Pick and
I
mix is
don't
what
know
he
what he's
likes.
doing, man.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
not about
matter if
picking and
any of
no,
these
no, no,
men
no, no, no.
were
Pick and mix from
religious.
the
Does it really
Masons,
matter?
pick and mix from the Abrahamic
Here's what you got to
religions,
understand,
pick and
sister
mix.
Sarah. Here's what you got to
One
understand,
second.
right?
Pick and mix thing. But put it in the back chat, bro.
You unsynchronized African descendants will do anything to water down your progress. That, as
No,
Cal
I got a
always
lot
says,
for my
This
people.
ain't
What do you
progress.
hold on,
What
sister,
have you done for your people?
sister,
This ain't
sister.
progress.
I
What have
don't
you done
have
for your
to,
people, bro? Stop
Pan-African
chatting, bro. What have
sister,
you done for Africa?
sister. I don't have to convince you, manipulate you, or sedate you
You're just
to
talking from the
connect
diaspora, bro. I
with
grew up
your
there. I
people.
have businesses in Africa.
You know why
I
I don't
take care
have
of
to
my
do it,
people in
sister?
Africa. I
You
don't
know
know
why
what
I
you're
don't have to
talking
do it?
about.
You know why I
I've been
don't have to
taking care of my people since I was 15 years of
because
age. Do better,
because
innit?
non-African people will tell you every single day, we
I know
will
what you're
never
talking
help
about.
you sincerely, whether you are a Muslim, Christian, whether you are in the religion
He
of
doesn't
the
even know what
Hebrew
he's talking
Israelite,
about, man.
whether you're a
Bro, you're fighting
Sikh,
Sniper,
a
bro. You're asking the
Hindu,
wrong question.
they will never help you, whether you're a
Man will
feminist,
chop your
whether you
Man's
are
so
a communist,
discombobulated. You don't even...
they will never ever help you. And you
I
black
know that, bro. That's why I take
synchronized
care of my own and my own
African
take care of me,
descendants
bro.
trick
Look, man.
black
I know what you're
people
So El Hajj,
thinking
Idi
that
Amin,
the
yeah,
non-African people
yeah,
are
a
our friends.
Muslim, like an
Huh?
Aki,
Huh?
he was on some madness
No,
because he was
what's her
Pan-African.
name? I don't know
You
what your
try
point
to
is.
trick
Like,
us to tell us that the non-African religious people are our friends, but
Bro,
they was they our friends when
are
they
these
came on the
Africans
ship
our friends? Hold on
yeah, I
one
do have
for
second.
non-African
Jesus?
friends.
Hold
Was
Actually,
on
they
yeah,
one
our
I do.
friends
second.
when they came on the
Can't
ship
even lie, I
for
do.
Jesus
Are we
in
listening?
the African continent? Was there our friends there?
Uh,
Was
Wanna
I've
there
talk
got
our
like
friends?
aunties,
Jesus?
nieces, and
Hold
nephews.
on,
This
So
is
there's
brother.
more
definitely
recent.
non-Africans.
Was
Hold
there
on, my
our
brother.
I ain't gonna
friends
lie.
when
My
the
brother.
Arabs came to
My
Sudan
brother. You're talking
and
about good shit
enslaved
Jesus.
and chopped
But
off
look,
the black
wait,
man's
man.
father?
What
Were
you
that
doing,
our
bro?
friends then?
just
Huh?
mute.
Focus.
Like,
Hello. What you doing?
Come on, brother Snipes.
Yeah. You think
Re-
that at the end of the day you're doing tap for tap, but there's no comparison here. We're saying these happened in recent times. Yeah, we know the atrocities. We know the civil wars that happened in these countries, right? But these ones were fighting for their own power. They were supposedly free. They supposedly had their independence. They supposedly and were fighting over natural resources in some cases. Like this is what you're clearly being said. But people are dumping bodies in the Nile, doing all sorts of stuff. And I don't know where you're finding great tactics from any of these individuals who are clearly Pan-Africans.
He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat the baby's heart.
Hold on. Raheem, I'm sure your name means mercy. You're not showing mercy on a brother
Merciful, merciful.
See, bro. You see,
Mercy,
brother. You see.
merciful.
Hold on, brother. Hold on,
El
brother.
Rahman, El Rahim.
Hold on, brother. You see, brother. You see. Now, brother Snipes and Deadly asked brother Cal a question and said, "Can I give him a beneficial tactic that Idi Amin did that we can learn from?" Hold, brother, your name means mercy, brother. Brother, your name means mercy. You're not showing mercy, brother. You are showing
Maybe he
unmercy.
has no mercy.
I have
showing
none.
And you see,
Yeah,
and your
but he
name's
has no
Raheem,
mercy.
brother. You need to change that name, brother. You need to change your name, brother, and call yourself Unmercy. Now, brother Snipes, I gave you
Unmercy.
the beneficial tactic that he
What?
fed his people, right? Which we as
No, you
African
didn't say fed his
hold
people. You
on,
said he
yes,
fed
I
his.
did, brother. I said
You said he fed his army.
Fed his army. My mistake, right? I said he fed his soldiers, right, and made sure they were fed before him because they were protecting his life. I also said that when he kicked out the East Indians, which was he was correct, right? These strategies we need to, because we don't seem to do in our communities, we don't do in the African continent. So this strategy, what he did, we need to apply it. And you and Brother Raheem spoke about heroism. Why would you do that, brother?
I'm
Why
saying
would
like
you do that?
you're saying this tactics, but man are
I
dead in man are.
Does
Hold
Kane
on,
want
man are
us to
going.
hide the crimes of melanated people? Is that what he
I
wants? That
don't
we don't talk about
understand.
those
What
crimes?
is he doing?
Like, I'm
You
confused.
get me?
Yes,
Forget
because
the
if you look at the
European,
crimes,
forget
He wants
slavery.
us to just
Hold
not
on,
speak
we're
about the
dealing
crimes because it's going to make white people look like
right.
different.
The
A
civil
crime's a
wars that
crime,
were
bro.
based on them, yeah, and the people they implemented and the people supposedly went against them, but they still trained them who were soldiers in various different European armies and all of that. Some were loyal to France, some were loyal to England, some were loyal to Germany, whatever, Russia, whatever. Bros, what is this? Yeah, and all with this communist, socialist, or fascist, or whatever one they decided to pick up, all part of a Pan-Africans who follows Garveyism paradigm. It's crazy.
But
Mad.
Idi Amin weren't no Pan-Africanist, brother. You
Yeah,
see,
he
there
was,
you go.
bro.
No,
He
you
was.
see, brother, there you go again, brother. You are fabricating certain African history. And I'm not surprised by this, brother. I'm not surprised. But, brother, roll on.
What
Roll on
about
with your
Charles
brother.
Taylor then? What about Charles Taylor? You can throw at Idi Amin and say no because he was a Muslim, but yet you don't want to use these tactics. Cool, no problem, right? So now when we get to Charles Taylor, you can't run away from that one. That nigga studied in America, so you know he's going to be exposed to Pan-Africanism. Yeah, fully. Been with the Black Panthers, all of that. Yeah.
Pan-Africanism
So
reached in
and
Africa.
then
Hold on,
and
brother,
very
brother.
unsynchronized.
Brother,
Then he comes home and fucks
brother,
up the country.
you tripped over a stone there, brother. I'm gonna help
No
you up.
stone.
You tripped over a stone, brother.
No stone, man.
Pan-Africanism already reached in the continent, brother. What are you talking
It's
about?
not about reaching in the continent. It's
But
about
it
individuals.
reached over there, brother. It
It's
reached
about
over there,
individuals taking it up themselves. It
brother. It
doesn't mean
reached
about reaching over.
over
Is
there,
if
brother.
Charles Taylor, hold on, if Charles Taylor comes with an ideology, and you know there's different ideologies of Pan-Africanism, and you're saying if he has that Garvey idea, that socialist, communist, fascist idea, then he might come back to the country and fuck it up, and that's exactly what happened.
Brother, they didn't have that ideology, brother.
Before
You
long,
are
the Second
inventing
Liberian
it.
Civil War took place. By the summer of 2003, Taylor's government controlled about a third of Liberia's territory. The Special Court for Sierra Leone, SCSL, indicted him with war crimes in June 2003. In July, the LURD...
Excited about the new Premier League season? We are. Can Haaland fire City to another title? Or will Klopp outfoot?
bro.
He launched an attack on Monrovia, the Liberian capital, which Taylor's forces barely managed to stop. U.S. President George W. Bush stated that Taylor must leave Liberia 2 times in 1 month. Taylor resigned from...
And why would he say that? Why would he say that? Because they own Liberia.
Order.
We told you this
Exactly.
before.
Exactly.
We told you this before.
Why did he
It's
resign?
a U.S. colony. So when you're talking about the protection of Americas, in America and outside of America, what about the ones in Africa that they took over? They got their piece. Imagine America wasn't part of the Berlin Conference, but it seems in the end they got countries of their own, Sierra Leone and Liberia. These are the facts we told you from time. We told you that Garvey even sent spies to see what they were doing in their project, yeah, of repatriating so-called slaves back to Africa and the problems that caused with the natives because they're coming with their own ways and it didn't really fit properly. This is why Garvey said, no, I'm going to go and do my own thing. Yeah, we've already seen the frailties of what these men have done. Do you get what I'm saying? And we're not getting involved. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that country is an American. Look at the flag even of Liberia. You see it's still got that American feel to it. You know what I mean? With the stripes, red stripes, and all of that mad thing. Yeah. So this is a full Pan-African nation. Yeah. Fully pan-US, pan-African. Mad.
From his position on August 11th, 2003. He was offered asylum in Nigeria on the condition that he'd never again get involved in Liberian politics.
Never.
The U.S. placed a $2 million reward for his capture, and Interpol demanded that Nigeria extradite him to Liberia. Nigerian officials eventually agreed. It was ultimately decided that Taylor was to stand trial in the special court for Sierra Leone. He fled Nigeria and was caught attempting to cross into Cameroon in a Range Rover that contained large amounts of heroin and cash. The trial's final verdict found him guilty on all 11 accounts of crimes against humanity and aiding and abetting war crimes. Number 2, Muammar al-Gaddafi.
Oh.
At the time of Muammar al-Gaddafi.
Proper Prince of Pan-Africa. Yeah. King Kong consciousness. Yeah. This is your guy. You're trying to distance yourself, but you're going to take this L right now. Right now.
Brother, I don't take L's, brother.
Or
I
shove
don't
it down your
L's.
mouth.
I take wins, brother. I take
Yeah.
wins.
Well,
You
this
see,
is a
brother?
win for you. Muammar Gaddafi is your win.
No, brother.
Hold it.
We don't
Hold
accept,
it then.
brother. He's no Pan-Africanist, but brother, you can have your
He is
jokes
a
and laugh.
Pan-Africanist. No.
Brother, you can have your jokes and laugh,
How are
brother.
you going to
I
sit
hear
there
that.
and say he's not a Pan-African?
Brother, he's no,
How?
brother, he's no friend of African people, brother. He's no
What?
friend of.
So he's no friend of African people, but he's a Pan-African. That's showing you that
Brother,
Pan-Africans are not friends
brother,
of
Arab,
African people.
hold on,
All
brother,
right, I'm done.
brother,
I'm
brother,
done.
brother,
It's
brother.
fine.
Arabs, whether they are in religion or not, they've never been friends of African people, brother. The fact that you're gonna attribute right Gaddafi to that, brother, is insane. They've never
Has he
been
got an
that
army?
friends.
Has he got an
There's
army?
When you say
they've
Arabs,
never
do you
been
mean
that
what do you mean
friends.
by that? All Arabs, some
Pan-Arab.
Arabs.
Is it the
Uh-oh.
Pan-Arab?
What
I
about the
think I've
interracial? What
triggered
about the interracial
the
kids that are half
starters.
black, half
Was it the
Arab?
I think I've
Pan-Arab?
Just half of
triggered.
them are pan, the other
Hold,
half are just the enemies.
now,
Are they half
sister,
enemy, half pan? How does it work?
sister, hold on, sister. Now we
Mad.
understand that you have the original Arabs. They're
People have
African.
mixed,
Sister.
okay. What about the
Hold
mixed
on, you
people?
see, sister. There you go again, sister. You see, you're flaming on again. You're flaming on again.
Who's
I
flaming on me?
saw
That sounds a
you.
bit gay. I'm not gay, so it's
No,
not
no,
like
no.
that
But
works.
you're flaming on, sister. It's like you're the Human Torch. It's not just you.
Flame
Brother
on.
Jedi does it, and brother Sniper.
Human
You
Torch.
the Human Torches. You flame on as
Big
soon
up,
as
I'm
Kel, man.
relaxed
I'm
right
enjoying
now.
the
So
convo, man. Calm down, man. Relax.
I'm relaxed.
I'm
Called them the
literally chilling,
Fantastic
bro.
We're
Three.
gonna get this work, man.
Chill, bro.
There's no way you're running from Gaddafi. You're not.
Wait, what about the
He's a
Yemenis?
Pan-African.
No, but I don't
Anyone could
understand what
Google.
happens to the mixed race
Anyone
people. Are
could
they like?
Google it
Are
right
they cool
now,
now?
and it will say he is a Pan-African, Pan-Arab. Anyone.
I'm gonna hear the video, bro. I'm gonna hear it.
Right.
All right.
So
Pan
like
Arab. That's
you
mad. I don't
you
know.
lot are not going to deny this one.
Oh,
This is numero uno
no,
Pan-African.
no.
Right?
Sister, you're mentioning the
Fact.
Arabs again. Sister, the original ones are African. Remember this, there's no
Yeah,
such
I
thing as
agree. I
Middle
agree,
East, you
bro.
know.
We know that.
There's no such thing as Middle East, you know, sister. First
I
of all,
agree, bro. I
the
agree with
middle of
everything you're
where?
saying.
So
What are
why
you
are
trying to
you
prove to me?
bringing in? Why are you bringing in the European looking
Because
Arabs
because a
who
lot of
are
Arabs
from
have
Europe?
mixed with black people,
No,
so there's
no,
half
sister.
Arab,
You see,
half
sister,
black people.
you
There's
are
mixed
from
heritage
Ethiopia, you
children
know.
running around the
Sister,
world.
sister, you are from Ethiopia. You already know already the original Arabs. You can't tell them the difference with
I
the
know.
Ethiopians.
Oh my God.
So why are you asking me about the Arabs when
I'm
you
saying, so
know
what do we
full
do
well
with the mixed
they
heritage
are
ones that
from
live
Europe?
today? What do we do with them?
Hmm.
Where do
What do
they
you mean?
go?
Who are you
The mixed
referring to,
heritage.
sister?
There are children that are half
Sister,
African,
there's no
half
such
Arab.
thing as
Right
mixed
here in the
race
UK, there are
heritage.
half Arab, half African children.
Sister,
There's
there's
people
no
that I've
such
got with
thing as
Arab
mixed
girls.
race.
There's
Sister,
girls
there's
I've got with
no such thing as
black
mixed race,
guys.
sister.
Where
Sister,
do they go?
there's no such thing as mixed races. These
Or mixed
are
heritage.
strategy by the Europeans to divide African people to get us dopamine over biracial and you're half this and half that. These are their label. Why aren't white people called mixed races? That they are amalgamation of different shades
So are
of
they
brown.
just classed as black then? Is that what you're saying?
They are African, sister.
Okay,
But
they're
are
African.
they
Okay, that's all I
Hold
wanted,
on.
bro. Relax.
But are they
That's all I was
Pan-Africanists?
asking.
That's a different story because the Pan-Africanist is different than the African. You do understand that, don't you? Anna? They're completely different. But go on, sister. Go on.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they are African then. So if Kale gets with, just hypothetically, if you get with a non-African, are your children African?
Sister, hold on, sister. Now I'm getting a nightmare vision of you putting me in a relationship with a
Somebody else then.
non-African.
Somebody, a
Why
sniper.
would you do?
we can
Hold
say
on,
stuff
sister.
a lot
Why
on
would
that
you do that, sister? What? Now here's the thing, right?
Because I'm talking to
I
you. Okay,
believe.
Sniper then. If Sniper got with a non-African, are his
I
children African?
believe. Well, why would you put that on, bro? We don't want brother snipes with non-African people. Non-African people.
Crazy, man.
Hold on. Non-African women.
Wow.
They are beautiful the way the creators created them. They are. You understand? However,
London,
the
everyone mixes, bro. People fall in
foundation,
love.
hold on, the foundation of their beauty is the African woman. You see? Why would I go with the students when I can just go with the teachers instead?
Okay, but if
You understand?
hypothetically it happens, what do we do with this group of mixed heritage, half
Sister,
African, half North
Pan-African.
What are they
sister,
classed as in your head?
we as Pan-Africanists believe
Pan-pagans.
Psychologically, are you Pan-Africanized? You see? Because being biological African, it doesn't cut it, sister. There's a lot of us that are, but a lot of us are unsynchronized, you see? And as what Brother Snipes always say, they always put a black face to disrupt the collective, you see? But in Pan-Africanism, we go by your psyche. Are you psychologically connected to Pan-Africanism? This is the trick, you see? This is why the Pan-Africanist is different.
Okay, all right then. All right.
Go
But
on.
this is the Prince of Pan-Africanism, as far as I know. Yeah, military general Pan-Africanism. Yeah, let's go.
Idi Amin is not the Prince of
Gaddafi's birth on
Pan-Africanism.
June 7th, 1942.
Oh, shit.
Libya was an Italian colony. His family lived in Sirte, a village in the Libyan desert, and he was raised a Bedouin tent. In 1951, under King Idris, Libya became an independent state. After graduating from a military college in Benghazi and rising through the ranks, Gaddafi founded the Central Committee of the Free Officers Movement. This was a revolutionary group that planned on overthrowing the monarchy. While King Idris was traveling abroad in 1969, Gaddafi and his
Nationalist, huh? Yeah. Interesting.
Free officers commenced Operation Jerusalem and took control of police stations, airports, and government offices in Benghazi and Tripoli. King Idris was overthrown on September 1st, 1969, and the Libyan Arab Republic was proclaimed. The coup was bloodless, which led many to call it the White Revolution. Gaddafi was only 27 years old when he became Libya's new ruler. The RCC, Revolutionary Command Council, became the country's new government. In the years that followed, Gaddafi initiated several reforms that were meant to lead Libya away from Western influences and bring it closer to Africa and the
Drinking water before bed burns 3 stone in 2 weeks. If you are struggling to lose weight and you are over 25, then you need to hear this. People are burning 2.5 pounds of fat each night as they sleep by adding this one
Middle East. Much of Gaddafi's philosophy as a man and as a ruler was inspired by Egyptian President Jamal Abdel Nasser, who argued for Arab nationalism and a transition from capitalism to socialism. Gaddafi saw a conflict between Arab nationalism.
Pan-Arab nationalism.
No. You see, brother?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
No.
He's definitely not synchronized. He's not synchronized.
Hold on,
No,
brother.
but they're synchronized in their Pan-Africanism. Right.
No. Because
yes,
you see,
yes.
no, because we already
You're
know
nationalist, yeah?
the Nkrumah,
Nationalist, yeah?
Kwame Nkrumah. We know that he also met up with Gamal Abdel Nasser. We know this, and they were on a vibe of creating a unity. To going against the West,
this guy's a bad guy as well.
But the thing is, brother, this has nothing to do with Pan-Africanist nationalism, bro. It's completely the fact that you're putting that in that category, brother. It's definitely a Friday night horror film. It's to me, brother. It's like we're watching the Hammer horrors, brother, on the Friday night, brother. I don't understand why you're doing it, but brother, continue, brother. Let's chill the hell out.
Okay.
So
when they quote the same words and the same ideologies as you, right in there on screen, yeah, we're wrong for that. Like, don't play this silly game, man. You're never gonna
My
win.
enemy's my friend, innit?
Right.
That's all it is.
This guy is a bad guy too. All of them were bad guys. It's just the level of atrocities that you make it on the list. Now you're on this. Muammar Gaddafi's on this list. Prince of Pan Africa. Let's hear Wagwan.
inspired by Egyptian President Jamal Abdel Nasser, who argued for Arab nationalism and a transition from capitalism to socialism.
Right, from capitalism to socialism. Mad. Nationalist business. I'm done.
Gaddafi saw a conflict between Arab nationalism and Western imperialism. He forbade the sale of alcohol and expelled the Jewish and Italian communities from Libya. Nightclubs were banned. Christian churches were closed, and Arabic became the only language allowed. Sharia law was in effect, and any that opposed Gaddafi were killed. He reportedly ordered several assassinations of Libyans living in exile. Libya's rich oil resources ensured that Gaddafi and his close friends and family, who were also offered positions of power, amassed great fortunes, while the rest of the country
What power? What power? How are they giving themselves positions of power if they ain't got no power? No African has got no power. No, Africans had power, and this is what they done with it because they came with their socialist, communist, nationalist views. Pan-African. There you go.
We don't have no power, brother. We don't have no power.
Not no more, and we don't deserve it. When
we never had it.
These Pan-Africans in charge. Anytime we had Pan-Africans in charge, it was a mess.
Anytime that Gaddafi was notorious on an international level for his brutality, as well as his eccentricity. He was known as the mad dog of the Middle East. He viewed himself as the king of Africa, was constantly surrounded by female bodyguards wearing high heels, and erected a bulletproof tent that he would live in whenever he traveled abroad. Throughout the 1970s, Gaddafi was allegedly in connection with many extremist groups around the world, providing them with funding. Such groups included the Black Panther Party.
We know we funded the Nation of Islam as well. We know we funded the Nation of Islam as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Thank you for that.
Okay, so why is it not Pan-African then? Why is he not
Hold
Pan-African?
on, brother. I told you already the principles of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah,
brother. You see all these organizations like Nation of Islam.
He's living it. Hold on. While they're thinking about their ideas, he's living that
He
idea.
actually did it, yeah, man.
He's putting them into practice. So let's not play this game. Yeah.
No, but
his melanin
these man will link up, bro. Because remember the idea of taking over your nation and rebuilding it under this socialist communist way is what they're all sharing amongst each other, which they all have in common. Yeah.
Gaddafi was no friend of African
racist
people,
to yourself.
Brother. He was
the
no
ideologies you lot chose are no friend to African people.
I'm not gonna disrespect Gaddafi because I know that he did some things, brother, and we appreciate what he did. However, brother, no Pan-Africanist, and he's definitely was no friend of African people, brother.
He was a Pan-Africanist, and he was no African
brother.
People. I agree.
Brother, you cannot be invaders on a continent and try and be the continent's children. It's not going to work out, brother.
So how are you going back there? How are you setting up base? And how are you doing all of that with that in mind?
No. The difference between me and Gaddafi, bro, I am an African. You see, brother, this is the difference, brother. An African. You see,
I don't know about
that. Thought people that he can, and it's not, brother.
Yeah, I love Kel. Kel cracks me up, man. You gotta love him.
Yeah,
big up Kel, man.
Fake
for
though.
real, big up.
No, it's not fake, bro. It's realistic.
They'll bury you in
No, brother. Why are you putting me with Gaddafi? But he's not an African, brother. You understand?
He's a Pan-African.
No.
But you said African is separate from Pan-African, and Pan-African is psyche, so he had the right psyche.
I agree.
No. You see, Sister Sarah, you are.
They're different. African is different from
Pan-African. No.
Everybody knows that he's a Pan-African. I just don't know why we're doing this.
People, sister. You see, that's exclusive.
African people.
But what you're doing, sister, because you're unsynchronized, unfortunately, you're trying to make it for the non-Africans to be part of liberation. And this is why Pan-Africanism, nationalism needs to come in. No, sister, it's not a religion, sister, where everyone can come in. You see what I'm saying? It's not a religion where everyone can come in. No, see, Pan-African nationalism, this is what it does. Whenever the non-Africans want to knock the door, the door says you're not allowed in. That's what it says.
What about my mixed heritage nieces and nephews? What Should I lock the door from them as well? Are they allowed to come in?
The mixed race are
I've got mixed heritage
African,
nieces and
sister.
nephews. Where
They're
do they go?
African, sister. They are African. Why are you bringing up something that's been clarified? They're African, sister. You see, they are
That's all I wanted to know.
African. No, but sister, you know this, sister. But what I like about you is, though, very interesting, and I want my African family to understand this, is that my Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters, right, whenever an unsynchronized Africans lure you into a political debate, they only lure you in not because they agree with Pan-Africanism, is that they want to water it down and get rid of it. And you were just the bait to cause confusion. That's all I wanted to say.
I don't really know about Pan-African because no one in Ethiopia knows about. No one cares about Pan-African in Ethiopia.
Okay, sister, you will care.
People are just chilling, bruv.
Hold on, sister. You will care when the Europeans collectively themselves again and try and conquer Ethiopia again. That's when.
But when the Italians came,
hold on, sister. That's when you're gonna care. That's when you're gonna care. But now, because you're high in the sky, my people don't. But you will care when the conglomeration of.
Can we bring it back to reality then?
Come on,
we bring it back to what happened?
That's when you're gonna care, isn't it?
But you saw what happened to the Italians, though. Like we don't really beg for help. We just help ourselves, bro.
In other words,
I don't know what you're talking about.
words to be said, and then I'm gonna attack. That's what you're telling me, Sister Sarah.
No, when the Italians came, we weren't begging Pan-Africans. We just beat them up ourselves.
Thing is, though,
we destroyed
them.
them.
We can learn from Menelik. We can learn from him, and also Haile Selassie, which you slandered and assassinated, which I don't understand.
No, I didn't. I said that he killed.
Yes, you did. No. You're not getting at. No, sister. You're not gonna take that out. No, sister. No, sister.
He used to sit with the Queen.
Hold on, sister. You're not gonna take the L. You're gonna take the U unsynchronized African. You attacked the general who manipulated and got the Europeans to war upon another. You attacked him. How dare you attack one of
I simply pointed out one, he killed a man who fought for the country, and two, he sat with the Queen. That's all I said.
You attacked him, but you know what?
But how's that attack, bro? What's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Take the L, man.
He killed the man who actually fought.
The
Italians. The man who lost.
Sister, you have to hold this U on synchronization. Hold the U. Just hold it.
Oh my god! I said hold the U, bro.
Man, it's all about the U.
No, I'm holding the S, bro. I'm fully synchronized. What are you talking about?
Rolling with the S, yes. Let's
I'm
play.
holding the S,
The Nation of Islam and the IRA. He also funded the Black September movement behind the 1972 massacre in Munich of Israeli athletes. Libyan terrorists were thought to.
Hello, testing 1 2.
Hold on. Subzilla, would you like to read what's on the screen, please?
Libyan terrorists were thought to be responsible for the bombing of West Berlin nightclub. Well, that one.
So why did sniper stop? Am I missing something?
He probably fell asleep.
Mad dog of the Middle East. All these people, one thing they all have in common is they've been rubbing shoulders with the non-synchronized non-African, or is it the unsynchronized non-African? That's all they have in common.
Speak.
That's the denominator. They've all rubbed shoulders with these, man. That's all it is. It's mad.
Oh shit! What did the show end? No.
Oh, I think he must have lost charge or something.
Oh shit!
He'll be back.
Hold this, you Maku. Unsynchronized, man.
Yeah, man. What's this?
Should be on charge at all times. You know what I mean?
No, big up Kel, man. It's always a pleasure talking to Kel, man. It's not even like a.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, it's a learning process, man.
Of course, we're all learning from each other,
love, yeah.
trying to build a connection, but at the same time, we have to be very careful because there's a political war on us, and I'm very skeptical and wary of our brothers and sisters who are in those religions who don't understand it properly. I'm very, very skeptical of that because there's racism and nothing's done about it, but everyone wants to attack pan-Africanism. I don't understand that.
I don't know. Enough Pan-African's got nothing to do with me. If other people want to follow it, that's their business, innit? It's got nothing to do with me, though. I've already been told how to treat all types of people, so I deal with people how the Creator asked me to treat them. So,
but Sister Sarah, we know African people know how to treat different types of people, but we don't know how to treat each other properly. This is the issue, and that we know how to treat the non-Africans. We can look after them. We welcome them, not because of enslavement or colonization. We've always looked after them. We don't know how to treat one another. Okay.
But why do you say that, though? Who did we treat badly?
Who do we treat bad? Well, first of all, in that, sister, you see, we got to be real now, right? We suffer from tribalism. We do. We got to be honest, right? If I'm not from your tribe, the dopamines will put me down because I'm not from your tribe. That's the reality of it. And we got to be truthful with that. So
Okay, do siblings fight? Do you know two siblings in a family, they fight? Neighbors will fight, bro. Tribes are just two neighboring people. It's natural that they're going to fight. Siblings in a family fight. A tribe in South Africa isn't coming to a tribe in East Africa and fighting them. Do you know what I mean? It's just neighbors. Majority of the time, it's neighbors in a certain space that are fighting. The concept of tribalism was actually used by Europeans to call us savages. They say you guys are tribalists, you guys are savage, to cause us to lose our identity so they can infiltrate.
But you do understand, though,
Yeah.
siblings fight in the house where there's no non-African people. You see the difference? But when you're fighting in front of non-African people, that's a problem. You see, we can have a bit of, your tribe's this in the house, but we do it outside the house. And one thing you don't understand as a political analysis, that non-African people, all of them are synchronized, and they like to capitalize on the unsynchronized Africans, what they say, so they can use it against those who's trying to be synchronized. If you monitor all non-African people, they all have the ideology of, well, I was around these types of Africans and they don't like that particular complexion, or they're not agree with that type of ideology, or they're not really, you see. So in other words, when you think that they're around us for friendship, they're around us for studying in order to control and deny African human rights. This is why it's difficult for us to organize, because we have a personal relationship with non-African people. That's the reality of it. I don't have a personal relationship with non-African people. I don't have to mistreat them or hurt them to keep away from them. I understand that you